there, tiny dick lickers, and welcome to Horrorphobia, a spooky movie review podcast for the horror lovers and the horror phobics alike. I'm your host, Jake. Next to me is my wife, Emily.
Hi.
Across the internet, we have our friend Ryan.
Hello.
And all the way across the slutty internet, we have our friends Ryan, or Ian and Jake, not Ryan. You're not slutty.
Ryan and
Hello.
oh
You'll
my
never be
Hi.
god. Hi.
slutty.
I'm here again.
You'll never
It's
be
me.
slutty enough. We are a group of lifelong friends who review horror movies. Why horror movies? Because I fucking said so. All right.
And fuck.
Hail, fearless leader. He said no.
This guy fucked.
God
Please
damn,
no.
you fucking me
Please
up,
no.
dude.
Let's change it up. We know why we're here. We're deep in these episodes now.
Yeah, we got a great episode. We're recording our review for Ready or Not, our 2019 movie, Ready or Not. First, we'll begin with a spoiler-free review. We review on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being and 10 being.
Dude, I have so much anticipation for the fart noise.
I'm expecting like an actual fart noise too, and it's just like this.
It's just work every
Yeah,
time.
work.
It's so good. I love it. It tickles my soul every time.
It's like the little bubble in SpongeBob. Like,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
then we will transition to our spoiler-filled walkthrough of the film, including behind-the-scenes info, critical reception upon release, production budget versus box office gross, and our own personal likes and dislikes of the film. Our, like I said it before, our movie of the week is 2019's Ready or Not. My synopsis is this. Ready or Not is about one bride's dream wedding turning into a nightmare of a wedding night, as her extremely wealthy new in-laws force her to participate in a not-so-friendly game of hide-and-seek. Will this hungry hippo be able to escape the mousetraps that her new in-laws have set up for her at 13 Dead End Drive? Or will her new in-laws, who have a monopoly in the board game industry, will their risks end up getting them caught and their family caught in the crossfire and cause trouble for the family and making them sorry? Well, guess who, bitch?
Bravo.
That was amazing.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Bravo.
10.
Holy shit.
Hell yeah, dude.
10.
Dude,
Well, actually,
when I caught on to what was happening, because the hungry hippos threw me off so
Like-
bad,
Yeah.
and then it
Yeah.
all came back, and I was like, "Fucking
Yeah.
genius!"
no, like
What
the
did she do to you that you called her a hippo?
there's no other board game reference I could think of. I
Yeah.
looked
Emily-
at lists.
That was good.
Emily, you better suck his dick tonight. That's all I'm saying.
That's a blow gibber of the week,
Yep.
folks.
Yeah.
You don't get one because Jake gets one.
Actually, all right.
Host Jake.
All right. There was actually 9 board game references in there. I have a 10th in the spoiler.
Oh,
review.
shit.
If you
Oh
can
god, there's more.
if you can
Stick
pick it
around,
out,
folks.
I'll let
can
you
Guess who?
touch my pee pee
Okay.
or kiss it. You can kiss it.
That's a tier.
So
His pee tier.
as a Patreon exclusive.
$69.
All right. I do not have much to say about this film other than cocksucking praise and love for it. It's a movie that just by summarizing the initial concept, that alone can grab you and pique your interest. But the way that these filmmakers execute on the concept is truly boggling to me how perfect I personally think it is. She got it.
Sorry.
She felt it. Boggling.
So she's touching your pee-pee tonight, then.
Yeah, she said-
Boggle. You got
Yeah.
Boggle? Boggle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Nice.
Terrible game. Good reference. Fuck Bobble.
It's got a few cheeky statements to make about the class system here in America through poking fun at the rich elites in the story, without the message ever taking away from the fun that there is to be had through watching this film. Perfectly paced, balanced in tone, well acted, and the movie has one of the best endings in recent memory. I'm giving this movie 10 crossbow YouTube tutorials out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
So I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I already kind of said that in the last review that I was going to give it a 10 out of 10. And there it is. It's a 10.
Spoiler.
Mhm.
All right. So my review. What do you get when you mix rich waspy whites, satanic cults, and my man crush Adam Brody? A banging movie trailer and a pretty good movie. Ready or Not takes a familiar concept of rich white people being a problem and presents it in a fun and interesting way. A family making their fortune off board games is somewhat baffling, but it makes sense if you really think about it. There's tons of kills that are enjoyable and usually comical, and the setting is great and the dialogue is witty and fun. My only gripe with the film is that the trailer definitely puts its best foot forward with the comical side of the movie. Most of the make you chuckle moments are shown in the trailer, and I feel like this movie could have been better if it had leaned into the ridiculousness of the situation a bit more. But overall, it's a great movie and one I will most likely watch again. And I gave it a 8.2 waspy whites.
Nice. All right, Emily, what are you giving this movie?
I don't have a review for the movie written out, but that's okay. It won't take up too much time. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Hey,
It's my first 10 out of 10 that I'm giving,
Mhm.
and I love it every time I watch it. It's a great movie. 10 out of 10. Fuck. What was my thing? Oh no. I didn't write it down because I thought it was good enough that I was gonna remember
10 out
it.
of 10 forgotten punchlines.
Yes.
Punchlines. That's it.
10 out of
Ryan
10.
saves the day.
Ian's like, it was probably gonna be mine.
Cigarettes at
It's
the end.
probably
of the-
mine.
Damn it. It was good. I'll say it later and then we'll edit it. No.
Never. Never.
All right. So Ian, what are you giving this movie?
So my likes for this movie, it's a fun premise, it's engaging, it has a good balance of comedy and bloody shots at the cranium. Hell
Cranium, dude. Nice.
yeah, dude.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, what the fuck? I'm so left out. Let me see if I accidentally made a reference.
Didn't you have a family that played board games?
Yeah.
I didn't have a family.
Oh, no.
Dude, if you're gonna
I was
find,
a I
if
was
you
a
if
foster
you think you can
child.
put a reference in your review, that's just a Trivial Pursuit.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, so my only dislike was didn't see them titties though. And my rating is a 9.5 bullshit packs with the devil.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing. I have no references.
Yeah, dude,
I'm,
you'll-
I
have a
didn't.
monop-
I
I have a
didn't make any.
monopoly on it. I know.
I didn't click with the. Damn. Got them all.
I'm pretty sure I said Uno. Did I say Uno? Yeah.
That's 9.1.
Got all.
Yeah. Oh
all
shit,
of-
yeah. No, because mine was 8.2, so I'm so far off.
Those,
God, I quit. I quit the podcast.
8.2.
That's what I read. Well, dude, 8.2 is a good score.
Sure.
That's a good score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the highest score you've given.
Who-
This is not your favorite movie that you.
Yeah, so
Dude,
I know after watching the trailer you were pretty excited about this movie. Are you
I was super
were you more disappointed by it or more like were you like
You know,
is
I
what you
wasn't
expected?
disappointed.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh,
said in my review, I just felt like all of like the funny parts were like in the trailer.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like I think
It was
that
definitely
my
like
issue.
it was definitely like a hyped up trailer for sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
no,
trailer
The
was
trailer
amazing.
the trailer was fun and I could see that being an issue.
Yeah, and obviously, as we all know, I hate women. So like the
Yeah.
main protagonist was a woman. So obviously,
Yeah.
I actually had like a mostly female cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, for real.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
I know I don't hate women. Disclaimer: I do not hate women.
Well, so
Other
Jake.
Jake, give your rating. God damn it.
Yeah, so Jake-
I wrote a simple and sharp and simple instant classic, makes good on what this genre does best, painting effortlessly with a light and dark touches, just enough of the meeting, the in-laws comedy, clue, and skull and bonesmanship, and above all else, what I would describe as scream queen dieharding. Killer
Yeah.
accompanying soundtrack of beautiful and engrossing orchestral pieces and a believable and enjoyable cast and setting bring me to a big old 8.9 goat slaughtered in a family ritual for 2019's Ready or Not.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, perfect.
Oh, that's what it was.
Goat slaughtered.
No, it's 10 out of 10 tetanus shots.
Oh yeah.
Oh
that-
damn! Yeah,
Mm,
Yep.
you put your
That in-
spoiler.
Yep.
Never mind.
Sorry.
You know,
She
You-
has an
That is-
infected hand.
Yeah.
At some point.
there's
the movie.
poop and
There's
blood
goat poop and blood
and a
and rusty
stigmata.
nails.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
Which is honestly a pretty good trifecta for most slashers, you know?
That sounds like a fun
Oh,
night to
yeah.
me.
Sounds like a good sequence of events.
Yeah. I
It's a
mean,
game.
I suppose it's kind of pointless on this pod or on this episode, but what are you giving the spook factor on Ready or Not?
Oh God.
I mean, it's
Yeah, 1.3. I think is what
Yeah.
I gave it.
yeah.
I
Is
didn't even
that-
fucking think of it. 1.3 crossbow tutorial videos.
You jackass.
lower than The Shining, because
Oh,
that
yeah.
was 2. Oh, wasn't one of them? Wasn't
Um,
Funny Games the lowest?
Funny Games was 1.7, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember I put like as low as you can go. You said like 0 or 1, like whatever the lowest can be. So I put like 1.
Oh, okay,
slash-
yeah. So maybe this is a little. What was 1. One of them was 1.7. I don't remember.
Didn't
I
register.
remember.
But whatever.
was-
Yeah, it's
It
very.
was a
The only
tremble.
reason I just said 1.3 because I'm just like, I guess it's a little scarier than the lowest you can go because like it's like
There's some
there's deaths
suspense.
and shit.
Yeah.
But like I don't. It
There's
just,
nothing
not
like
scary.
there's nothing uncomfortable or nothing visually weird. It's just like a few gory, like not even gory, but it's just like graphic shots of the head.
Mm,
And I
you know?
think
Yeah.
the jump scares are done. I would want to go back and make sure, but it's like if there are jump scary suspenseful stuff, I think it's done within the soundtrack of the film to where it's like it feels like they're building like a crescendo into those. Sometimes like you don't even realize it, so it's just like, oh, I jumped there, but it was
Yeah.
it barely moved the needle as
Yeah.
far as like actual horror and like scare
Yeah.
factor.
mhm.
But it was like it's like a classy jump scare.
Classy. Keep
Yeah.
it classy.
It was mostly strings.
Yeah. Well, so that's our review. That's our rated spook factor. I guess let's move into spoilers.
Okay, so before we get into spoilers, I want to shout out our first patron that I was shocked that we got one.
Wow.
Because it's the joke tier. It's there's nothing. She's getting nothing. But
It's the
Alyssa
elite.
Foe. Alyssa Foe is
Alyssa Foe.
yeah.
yes.
Clap noises. I'm sure these
Thank
claps
you
aren't coming through on mic, but we're clapping,
Thank you
baby.
so
I'm
much.
Yeah.
My balls
Thanks
are
for the
clapping.
money, sucker.
Get
Yeah,
all of our love.
$1. Thanks for that dollar. We're gone. We just stopped doing
Whoever
the
got
podcast. Take
scammed.
$2.
Going
Boom.
right up my nose.
Whoever
Yeah.
that
For
is.
content, we've all quit our jobs.
Yes, thank you
God.
so much.
We love you.
Yeah.
Like I said, our patreon.com/horrorphobia. There will be tiers on there soon. We are
Yeah.
discussing what we are going to be doing for the tiers. We're also hoping for some feedback from everybody as to what you kind of want. But if we don't get that, which we probably won't, we will figure it out. And there will be
Yeah.
shit up there. So,
And
but thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Alyssa.
you.
Foe is such a good name for a horror podcast.
Sure.
You're a badass.
And like one thing I would say for sure is going to happen with the Patreon is we are going to, unless we reformat the podcast, as long as we keep on doing the wheel, we will always give at least one of the choices on the wheel to Patreon movie suggestion. And so I reached out to Alyssa and I got her Patreon suggestion. So this will be our first week of having a sixth choice on the wheel.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell yeah,
exciting.
that's awesome. And so the other thing, bonus, we
in there,
also
people.
got our first written review. Now we have on Apple Podcasts, we have 12 ratings of 5 stars, which thank you so much to everybody who reviewed it
Thank
or
you.
rated it. That's amazing. We
Well-
do have one written one by Hello Sailor 27. I will read this. It's captioned "Fun Listen." It says "Fun Listen" with lots of different perspectives. Go Bills! So probably somebody
Bills.
from Buffalo
Go Bills.
along with us. So thank you so much, Hello Sailor 27. We really appreciate that.
Yep.
And if anybody leaves us a written review, I will read it here on the podcast, so you get a shout out.
Go Broncos.
Shut the fuck up.
That review wasn't for you, Ian.
If you get anybody to say that in the review, we will say
I
go
g-
Broncos. But
I get
until then,
everybody's I get
go
everybody's
Bills.
cut. I get everybody's cut for the week. If someone says go Broncos in a review,
God damn it! What
God
1/5 of the fucking 20 cents of the
I
dollar?
get a whole dollar.
Dude, I was gonna buy so much cocaine.
It would.
I get a
shock John Elway.
grandma weed.
All those nose beers are gonna go right up my nose.
Oh, the best use of a casual cocaine usage is
Just
nose
give
beers.
me a 6-pack.
Give me that booger sugar. Let's get in this walkthrough of the film.
Fuck
Let's do
yeah.
it.
Okay, so ready or not. The opening credits is just like a bunch of games along with like obviously the captions of producers and actors and all that.
Nice
Does
overture in
anybody
the background.
were those games? What would you say?
I said there was a nice overture in the background as they were like scanning through the hallway, like
It's
to
all-
set
Right.
up the main scene. It was
Now we're-
fun and like upbeat, almost like a whimsical little start to it.
Ah,
Almost like-
yes,
it,
yes.
it was reminiscent of like Trick or Treat. It was sounding like
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
superhero-ish.
Does anybody recognize any of those games where they all kind of made up?
They're all made up. It was weird
think
that they
they're
were
made
all
up.
smoky. Like
Yeah,
they
Family
were all,
Ritual.
Like,
Yeah, so
related.
there's one called Family Ritual, Secret Council,
Yeah.
LaBelle's Gambit, Sunrise, and
Oh.
Abracadabra.
And then there was
And-
older ones like like a form of backgammon,
Yeah.
Abracadabra.
Don't
Um,
wake dad,
Yeah.
jitters, critters, fucking
Mousetrap,
mousetrap.
Batman the
Dude,
Game.
Do you remember Don't Wake Dad? What a weird fucking board game
I've
for
never played
like
It was-
millennials.
Well,
was
that's
set-
when you go.
Set in The
Don't
Shining.
wake, don't
Like-
wake dad is when you're
Yeah.
going to get your fire engine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fire Engine.
Yeah.
You can't wake Dad.
Don't
he's
Wake
doing
Dad
the
at,
same thing.
at Jake's house was just when you went down to get a glass of water.
Better take those motherfucking headphones out.
Inside joke. None of you will get it, but if you want to know, ask us. We'll tell you.
Stayed the night at Jake's house.
Um,
You know.
I'm not saying shit. Jake.
So yeah, so it cuts to a couple little boys running through this big mansion. And they're like trying to hide. One of them's like, Daniel, I'm scared. And he
I'm a
hides in like, a
bitch.
closet. And
They
there's
got
like
the
a
jammies on. White people jammies.
yeah,
Oh,
It's a full
yeah.
suit.
everybody's white in this film. Everybody.
Yeah.
But this dude in like a tux like runs in all bloodied and shit. And he's like, "Oh, fucking help me, little kid!" And the kid's just like, "He's in here," and fucking sells him the fuck out. And then this waspy ass white family comes in and takes the dude away.
They're masked up too. A
Oh,
reference
yeah,
they'll
yeah,
make
they got
later
all
in the
masks
film
and shit.
hilariously.
Yeah. So then it's 30 years later, and we see our protagonist Grace, played by Samara Weaving,
Hell yeah.
and fucking love her, dude.
God
She-
bless Australia.
God bless Samara Weaving.
Yeah.
She's just a gem.
My
Yeah.
favorite.
I don't think you do
Form
like
of the
this movie without like someone of that caliber who
Yeah.
can like carry that. Like even
Oh,
just
yeah.
her face, like the way they pan to her face a lot of time and
Mm.
just pick up her emotions is like
yeah.
Just charisma for days.
absolutely.
Guys, can we just
W.
pause for a
Riz.
second? we just talk about how much I love women? Like, I
You're
really
trying to
respect
backpedal. Yeah.
when.
He's like, hold
So,
on, but first we're gonna establish what a woman is,
Yeah.
real quick.
yeah, what is a woman?
Drag
God,
ourselves into those deep, murky
God is a
waters.
woman.
There you go.
I'm
That's
going
a
to
great
review
answer.
our podcast and be like, Ryan really hates women.
Yeah.
Be on
Well,
that-
I'm editing it, and I'm gonna make myself sound awesome. So,
It's all AI,
Uh,
AI generated Ryan's voice.
Dude's a third wave
So-
feminist. I wouldn't even have imagined.
He just wanted
Otherwise
to
known as
say,
a
I
simp.
love women, so you can just like insert it into everything.
Oh yeah. I love women.
I'll insert a feminist every once in a while. You know,
Step on
let her
me
insert on
tomorrow.
me. Absolutely.
So
Oh,
she-
get,
so
get
she-
pegged by
You
Samara
could
Weaving.
definitely step. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So she is practicing her vows in the mirror, in her wedding dress already. Clearly, there's a wedding that's about to happen, and they break tradition immediately, and the husband walks in and sees her in the dress, which is like, what
Yeah.
the fuck, dude? Like, isn't that bad luck,
yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's
you're
why
not
this
supposed
That's
whole
to.
thing
bad luck,
I
right?
think if you're in like a liberal enough a white family, it's worked its way around now, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't do those traditions.
We
We
don't-
do the goat slaughtering traditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
wrong white people.
Yeah.
Offset.
We're rich. We're super fucking rich.
Nothing's traditional.
That's true.
We know you guys
Um,
have fucked. We're not stupid.
So
Yeah.
the
We have shit
groom,
ton of money.
her her fiance Alex comes in the room, and they're kind of just talking about how crazy it is that they're getting married, and how she comes from like a poor family and he's obviously super rich, and this family had built their fortune on making board games. That's why they are in this giant mansion. And honestly, that did strike me weird at first. Like, I was like, how would you make that much money making board games? But then I'm just like, oh, Hasbro.
Yeah,
Like,
I think until he
dude.
mentions we also own 3 sports teams, I was like, oh yeah, I can see it. Like, I think like watching shows, like I'm not close to those people, but like knowing of shows referencing like, oh, I wouldn't think of that, like the family that owns the bicycle card company,
Yeah.
or Kraft Cheese or something. It's like,
Sure.
oh, that's like a dynasty
Yeah.
where they have
Yeah.
like $1 billion, and it's
Yeah.
billions of dollars, and it's like, oh yeah, they own sport like Hasbro or Milton Parker or Parker Bradley, whatever the name is,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
that. Like you could see them owning like, oh yeah, we were based in Atlanta and like now we own a team.
Yeah.
Another
I mean-
reference to Atlanta. I should have picked a different city.
Yeah,
Well,
Richmond,
I mean,
Go Celtics.
yeah,
Charleston, South Carolina.
Fuck the
Stand
Hawks.
up.
well, it's like the monopoly, no pun intended, of games. You know what I mean?
Wait.
Like, I think that's kind of what they're.
Hold on.
yeah,
Did
gaming.
you
and
not
We're in-
intend that? Did you not-
No, I did not intend that. I
Okay.
promise you. I
All right,
promise.
Moving on.
Like, what I'm saying is that like there is obviously they can't say Hasbro, whatever. But that's basically what they probably fucking are. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah, it's-
Hasbro,
Yeah.
if you think
yeah.
about what they have, all the shit they have, all the games, like everything that is under that umbrella, everybody wants to be under that umbrella, because if you see Hasbro, you're like, oh, that's gonna be a good game. Or
It's
an
like
okay game.
Marvel or
Yeah,
Windows.
yeah.
You're like, oh, I'll
For
buy
sure.
that app, or Google.
Tito's.
Tito's. Fucking
Yeah.
brand recognition. And the DeMosses have that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're supposed to be like depicted as like the name brand.
Parker
Gaming,
Bradley.
yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
those old-
exactly. Like,
and it also has that mystical like time to it, to like the timelessness, to where it's like, oh, you could be talking about something from the turn of like the 1800s, as early as like he mentions like the Civil War, to like the early war years, and it's like we've evolved as a family and a company from that, thanks to our patron,
Yeah.
the
yeah.
devil.
So
Spoiler alert.
the husband Alex is talking to Grace, and he talks about giving her an out. He was like, I'm giving you an out, like, we don't have to do this or whatever. And obviously he's saying this because spoiler later on, he's like he knows what's gonna happen. He knows some crazy fucking shit's gonna go down.
We saw the
Um,
trailer.
Yeah, but she's like, no, 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 no. I want to get married, and they do. They get married. The ceremony happens. And then we see the aunt, the Hunger Games looking chick,
Oh,
with with her fucking hair, like,
reminds me of like Lemony Snicket. It reminds me
yeah.
of Uncle Olaf or whoever.
It's what Aunt Becky, I think, was her name.
Yeah. She looks like a real Leslie Frazier in this movie.
Give me that Becky.
So yeah, she's just like kind of staring at them and like, looking all creepy and shit, but
She was staring at
hair-
the wedding too earlier. Like she was the first one. Like I noticed the maids, like the help, and her as like, oh, like this. Apart from the other scenery, like that was established in dialogue how the family felt. Like this is obviously the visual medium of. It was almost like Wes Anderson esque. Like they'd pan to like a character just like frowning at the bride, and she's like, yeah, I think I think she hates me. It's
Yeah.
like,
yes,
yes,
exactly.
he was the last to stand. You know.
So she's staring at them at the wedding, and she's also staring them later on in the night when Alex and Grace are trying to bug, and it's just like this weird, like they're about to have post marriage sex, which honestly it's not that great. But she's looking at them and like he's like, Jesus Christ, like we're fucking whatever, and like she's like, your presence is requested, and um Alex reveals to Grace that at midnight, it's a tradition that the entire family, when they're bringing somebody in to the family, they have to play a game.
Yeah.
Um,
And if you don't,
and
you will wake up dead.
yes. And so she was like, oh, yeah, I'll play a game. Like, what kind of game? And he's like, well, it could be a lot of things. Like, whatever. It's just you pull a card and it tells you what that game is going to be. So she goes off to do something. Her mom comes in, or his mom, Alex's mom comes in and is kind of like, I like her, but are you, prepared what you need to do if she pulls that card? That was his mom that talked to him about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
You
but
watched
Andy-
this too?
the
Andy
person says-
McDowell.
The person says, "What are you going to do if she pulls that card?" That's
It was the dad.
father. That's
Yeah.
It was the
father.
dad. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yep.
I'm a
was
little
talking to
rusty on
Alex.
this. I'm a little rusty on this because we skipped a week, so we're 2 weeks behind. So it's a little rusty, but yes.
Yeah.
Correct me whenever I'm wrong, please, so I don't get added on Twitter. Not that anybody would at me on Twitter because we have no Twitter followers. But anyway, so he's like, oh,
Twain fans.
are you?
It's two Shania Twain fans.
That's true. He says, are you prepared to do what you need to do if she pulls that card?
Yeah.
Jake, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say her interaction with her mother-in-law, Becky,
Mm-hmm.
played by Annie McDowell. She comments on her cigarette case, which I think
yeah.
is a cool reference as we get towards the end of the film. That'll come back into play. But like all of these interactions, I was gonna say, even with the father-in-law, like setting this up, it reminded me as we were going towards it, like, and this was kind of it was subtle, like an undercurrent in the film, reminded me of like Prima Nocta, which is like the king having first like dibs at like any bride in his kingdom. Like you're in the La Dumas family, and it just felt like the father was like, he was the one like rolling his sleeves up. It was like, I don't know, it was kind of like it's obviously a ritual, but also he was leading like as the patriarch of the family, like he was leading this whole session, like the ritual itself. So it just felt like the king of the like family dynasty. I think they mention it in the movie as like a dominion or a dynasty, or like there's a joke made about that. But this does feel like that. Like he's like leading this like consummation of the marriage of someone, like initiation into the family. And like it sets those little like subtle pieces in motion, even just like his mom, Becky, like sitting with her and being like almost like approving of her, like, oh, I like this one, she reminds me of me. Like they don't have ill intent, like at that point, like, oh, I like, and that'll go through like another like way this film I think is so enjoyable is like all the characters are like crazy and feral, but it's like some of them have enough of a gray intention where it's like I never would have thought you would have pulled that card. Like, don't look at me. Like this hasn't happened in like a century.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because a lot of them
Yeah.
have never played that game.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Old Maid or checkers or chess or whatever.
and that was
Yeah.
such a
Right.
cool like
Yeah.
take on the traditions we set and trying to jump through the loopholes of every individual family member in like a tribe and being like, oh, trying
Yeah.
to make this person happy by doing this, and we're doing this, and it's like seeing that played out in this genre is like so fun because you usually don't get that. I feel like you get that in like a rom-com or this type of movie or that type of movie, but seeing it play out like in such a genre that doesn't play nice is really fun.
I just want to clarify real quick because I called the Aunt Becky before. It's not Becky, it's Aunt Helen.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the old
yes.
lady.
The old lady that's staring, that's creepy, that's Hunger Games esque
That's
Yeah.
is
Helen.
Aunt Helen,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
Aunt
'cause-
Becky.
Yeah, because Becky was talking to her at the wedding or before the wedding,
Yes.
but then whatever, Elena.
Oh, Helena.
Hel-
Wait,
Elena?
Helena?
Helen?
I thought it was just
I don't know.
Helen.
Helen?
No, it could be Helen. I forget.
The
already.
old lady.
Maybe
I
it's
have
a-
I have a 5-second
Duh.
memory.
Whatever. I think it's. I'm just looking it up. It
Thinking
says
of My Chemical Romance.
Helene. I think that's pronounced Helen,
Oh.
but
Okay.
maybe it's
Helene.
not.
Helene.
yeah.
Helene.
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 Whatever it is,
We
Yeah.
should say it
that's
different
her.
every time.
But yeah,
Yes,
Helene was the
Aunt
spooky bitch in the corner of the
Becky.
room.
Yeah.
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 Helene de Les Domos.
Helene Le
A
Dumbass.
dumbass.
and Anna de Armas.
Well, lead them- Also, when
Smash.
is it Becky is the mom? then?
Yeah.
When she was talking to Grace at the beginning, that's the only time she doesn't have this very stagnant, sarcastic tone that she has for the rest of the movie. That's like my only
Mm.
complaint is that she's like the same.
Yeah.
She has the same line for the whole rest of the movie. Like she's just sarcastic. The mom is,
Yeah.
but she's
Oh,
like
the-
a human at
yes.
the beginning.
That
Oh, you
southern
killed
drip.
the wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sweetie.
Sugar.
you-
they all.
Did you know that the outside of the house was the same filming location as some of Billy Madison?
Yes.
Oh my
I did
god.
not know that.
No.
Dude, back
I didn't.
back
Weird.
off
Oh,
my
I-
behind the scenes information, dude.
Oh, Ian, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. It's okay.
We're getting
That's it.
territorial.
That's
here,
all I
folks.
have. I have like 2 notes for this movie because
So
I've
it's
seen
the-
it
Oh, so
multiple
So it's the
Well,
same.
did you know
mountain?
the inside was it was filmed at Casa Loma in Toronto, Ontario?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I've
I
been
didn't know
there.
that.
no,
Uh,
I
been
didn't
there?
know that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian.
same
Scott Pilgrim.
same
was
place
one.
as X-Men in 2000. The
Scott
Pacifier,
Oh,
2005.
that's
no
cool.
fucking way.
Yeah.
Which
And,
X-Men?
2000. I don't know. It just says X-Men.
I think it
2000.
was the original.
I think it was the
The
original.
original.
Yeah, in
So
2000.
so the
In-
school
in-
for gifted
Nope.
individuals or whatever.
The interior.
Yeah, interior. Yeah, inside.
Yes,
Yep.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I don't remember.
Inside.
Interior, yes.
Inside.
Exterior, no.
I mean,
It's the
well,
same place. That's fucking crazy because
That's
it looks
cool.
so much. It looks so similar.
Yeah.
So that makes
Same
so
with-
sense.
Same with Billy Madison. The exterior
Yeah.
reminds me of like that,
Yep.
like I don't know, the
The
mansion,
golf
like
course.
and that's
Yeah.
again they did such a good job, and we'll mention it probably, I assume, is the budget. Like they did so much with the budget and
Yeah.
just being like, oh, we'll just make this like it's
Fuck
in the viewer's imagination. A lot of it, you're like, oh, this is an old
You're supposed to
waspy estate.
True. Now that you bring that up, I was so excited to
Oh.
plug our patron and our review. I did forget to bring up the box office and budget. It was a $6 million budget.
oh wow.
Wow,
mean,
They
This is
made.
that's crazy.
Tell them how much
If-
they made.
57.6 million
Ooh,
That makes
Boom.
that makes
Nice.
sense.
Go
worldwide.
Wow.
fuck yourselves.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
such
Yeah.
it's such a modern movie with, an attractive
Yeah.
lead,
Crushing
Yeah.
a
it.
fun
Yes.
movie, so that makes sense. I didn't
That-
I mean that's cheap though. To like a
Yeah.
budget?
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
million for a modern day movie
Yeah.
is low.
That is crazy.
That's
That
wild.
was the budget of
Everything-
fucking Color Out of
like-
Space.
Yeah, well, I mean, this would be Radio Silence's first film, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I read
gotcha.
a little bit up on that. And it's
Yeah.
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 And, you know, it got them the
Um,
Scream job, and I
Yeah,
think
and
they're doing a
Rex on
Universal
Rex.
Monster or something now. Is the next thing that they're working on after the next Scream?
Feed 'em money.
so the director Matt I think it's Bettinelli. He directed Alkaline Trio's first music video.
No
wow.
way.
Good-
Shout out
good-
Alkaline
Goodbye
Trio.
Forever.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Play a little bit of that
and
for the viewers.
yeah, insert
Yeah.
insert a 20-second clip.
Alkaline
was-
Trio's
He
great.
was also roommates in college with members of the Lonely Island.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Wait,
Yep.
what?
Yeah,
That's a
That is
good
so
Awesome.
crazy.
career.
Yep.
Like just being
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, here's
a
what I
lot of
fucking
lot
like.
of connections. Yeah,
Sounds like a
Is
cool
it
guy.
so weird, dude?
get him on the
Famous
podcast.
people just know each other
They- for
from
sure.
before
Sweet.
they were famous.
Yep.
It's insane.
I know. Yeah, that was in
They
the
should
early
be alone in a
2000s.
cave until
Oh,
they do
that's
something
such a-
cool and then they come out.
And that's just such a good time to like be connected with people. Be like, oh yeah, I shot.
Yeah,
like,
I knew this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on SNL now or whatever.
It's like
Yeah.
Spike Jones, like being like, oh yeah, I'm Beastie Boys, but also like skate teams who love me. Like I'm connected to so many
Yeah,
good
Jackass.
Like I'm
Yeah.
connected to so many of these like underground like
Who
niches.
you know, man.
And and then we just continued to wanted to do project. Like we manifested a career out of like doing shit we loved, and you just love to see it.
Yep,
Mhm.
I love to see it.
for sure.
So back to the walkthrough here. It's close to midnight, and they go into the family room, as they call it, which is this big room with a big table with dead animals and weapons all over the wall.
Yep.
And the father explains basically how their dynasty started, which was their grandfather set up this business, started selling playing cards, built it into an empire selling board games and whatnot. And he met this man called Mr. LaBelle or LaBelle. How do you pronounce the name?
LaBelle.
LaBelle.
LaBelle,
LaBelle.
which
LaBelle.
means lease in French.
Oh.
LaBelle.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
lease. So, fun fact.
And they just had a conversation, and Mr. LaBelle made this wager with the grandfather of this family. He had this weird box that if the grandfather could figure out this box, Mr. LaBelle would fund whatever business he wanted. Like whatever kind of thing. Apparently, Mr. LaBelle had all kinds of money.
So did my belt.
Apparently he figured out the box, and that's how this dynasty started. So this box, they have it, and they pass it to Grace, and you're just supposed to draw a card, and it tells you what kind of game you're supposed to play. And she pulls the hide and seek card,
The forbidden card.
the forbidden card, and everybody goes silent. It's like, oh fuck,
It's a
that's the card.
it's a
The
Umbreon.
air leaves the room.
It's a shiny Umbreon. It's a GX card.
Oh my god.
And Pokemon. And so
Blue eyes, white
I
dragon.
couldn't think of a good Pokemon.
well, you're on a Yu-Gi-Oh now?
That's
Goddamn.
my shiny Charizard card.
So
A
she,
rookie Saddam Hussein.
It's yes.
This dude.
Rookie Saddam Hussein.
Great poll.
they're
That's
gonna
a great.
play
That
hide
was
and
a great.
seek,
That's a great pull. Sorry.
but it's like reverse hide and seek because it's everybody seeking her instead of one person seeking everybody. And she is allowed to hide anywhere in the house. And she says, "How do I win?" And the father says, "You could stay hidden till dawn." And she's like, "Haha, no, thank you. That sounds horrible." And so they say they're going to count down from 100, which the 100 is they play a record. It's like an old record where there's like a hide and seek song. Sounds like it's from like the 20s.
Reminds me of
as-
our episode of oh, what was it? Insomnia or
Insidious?
Insidious.
Yeah, with
Yeah, the
Jimmy.
record player.
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
so
if you watch that episode, it's similar.
as it's counting down and she's going to find a hiding space, the family's all grabbing weapons, old weapons off the walls. It's like old fashioned hunting rifles, axes, crossbows, things of that nature. Um and she goes to hide. And the song ends, and the family just all goes out to look for her. Alex is, you could tell, is very distraught at this, that she pulled this card or whatever, and he leaves the room through the servants' tunnels. There's like a lot of like hidden tunnels and stuff throughout this mansion. He leaves to, he's supposed to be kind of being watched in there because they know he's going to try to stop this. So they leave somebody kind of guarding the door in the family room, but he escapes. And Grace hides in the dumbwaiter for like super long. And eventually is like, fuck this. She gets
This
out.
is bullshit.
Yeah.
Wasting my time.
And she heads towards like the bedroom, and Alex finds her and kind of like grabs her, pulls her, like, and is like telling her to shut the fuck up. And like, she's like, what the fuck's going on? And they're hiding like behind the bed. And this servant girl comes in and is like, that she was reading a bedtime story to the kids, and Georgie had like run off, and she's looking for Georgie, which is like one of the like
Georgie.
sons, I think,
Yeah,
of I don't remember, one of the couples.
Sons of Emily and
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Emily's son.
and the chubby
Yeah.
guy.
Fitch.
Cokehead.
Fitch, yeah,
Yeah.
Emily and Fitch son.
Emily and Fitch, yeah. So their son,
the best.
he
guy.
ran off. She's looking
Abercrombie.
for him. Abercrombie. And
Dumb.
so they're hiding,
Cut it.
and
Stupid. Cut it.
wait, what did you say?
I said cut it. Cut it. Cut that shit out.
The Abercrombie and Fitch part?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it stays.
It's so stupid.
Hollister.
Banana Republic. I just want to be part of it.
So as they're looking for, as the servant is looking for Georgie, she gets shot in the face.
Yeah.
And
By-
you see this in the trailer.
She gets shot by an Allen and Thurber pepper box, which is the same gun that's represented in Clue, the board game. That's the
my
revolver
God.
piece. It's like
Oh,
a little
Damn.
it's like a flaccid looking revolver.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's like a little
Damn.
limp dick revolver type looking
I
thing.
knew there was some Clue DNA in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yep. So a little clue,
That's
clue
cool.
behind the scenes for you.
Tim Curry is in every scene of this film. You
I
can't
wish.
see him.
Yeah.
He's
So
in,
I
I,
believe it
I
was-
assume he's everywhere.
yeah, he's in every movie.
It was Emily that shot the servant, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
in
Emily,
the
come
in
on.
the bedroom with
I love
the
her.
funny gun.
What a
Oh shit.
it's Emily in the
So-
bedroom.
Fuck off.
not just because my name is also Emily and I also love Coke.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
true.
dude.
That does happen. She does blow coke later. But
Yeah.
they leave after killing this servant, and Alex explains everything to Grace about how, like, you pulled the one bad card. This never happens. Like, normally it's just fucking checkers or whatever.
I want a divorce.
You you pulled the one card. That means that everybody's gonna come try to kill you.
I like how with the useless help, like A, they're like the help doesn't count, and B, there's always like, oh, that was my favorite one. Like, and as they all die, like the first ones to die, like the useless sacrifice.
Yeah.
It was-
Yes,
There's
exactly.
always
Like,
a
oh
comment.
god.
Yep.
Yeah, like damn,
He
that's
just
my
likes the
second
way
favorite
I
one.
dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because the family all thinks that if they don't kill her, something bad will happen. That is, what the entire they're having trouble finding her, and there's kind of a little family meeting or whatever about like some of them are kind of questioning whether or not they should be doing this, and the father is like, well, if we don't, like we're all fucked essentially.
Yeah,
They're under contract.
and I think like on my first watch I was like that's superstitious bullshit. But like when you pay attention when when he talks about earlier in the film where he's like multiple people in this family have tried not to play a game at midnight and then they all die in the morning. Like no matter what happens,
Yes.
no matter what happens, you die. You have like the wedding has to be here, and we have to play a game at midnight, and that's just the way it is. And if you do not, you're not going to survive. And so that kind of adds a little credence to the superstition, I guess.
Right. It gives them a
it-
reason to believe in it.
It Jumanjifies the movie.
Yeah. Ooh.
They're like, oh, there's a rhinoceros
Yeah.
running through our physical living room. So I've never
Robin
seen Jumanji.
Williams is in every scene of this film.
So, and
For
I do
me,
believe, I think the film did a good job explaining why Alex didn't tell Grace about everything. Because he did explain all this to her about why he didn't tell her. And essentially it was just like, yeah, that's when you like you said, like he said, if people don't play this game, they die.
Yeah.
And if I told you about this, you would have left. You know what I mean? And he's like, you wanted to get married. He didn't want to, but she wanted to get married so bad. And if he didn't marry her, she would have left. You know what I mean? So it was
And-
just,
I mean, it
There's
still
a-
does feel like some bullshit that like, you either you leave or like you die, possibly. But I guess he'd never
Yeah,
seen
It sounds like an empty
anybody
threat.
die. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
there's as you creep towards the end of the movie, you get like confirmation that was there since the beginning scene, like the flashback scenes. You get that with Aunt Helene, like talking about how like she should have leaned in and like told her
Yeah.
future husband. She's like, oh, I should have leaned into who I was. I knew who I was. I just wasn't.
Yeah.
I was in denial about it. And I think you get a feeling of that with Alex as you go through the movie as well.
Hmm.
Right. And so they're making their way, Alex and Grace are kind of making their way through these servant tunnels. Grace ends up walking right out into like the entire family. Like they're all just like standing right there as she walks out of a door. And Emily again starts taking shots and just misses every single shot.
We looked
Grace
so hard
runs.
for drops of what are their names?
The McMurrays.
The McMurrays from Letterkenny, but they just I don't know if you've seen Letterkenny, but they just
I have not.
make no sense when they're talking during the show that we couldn't find any good ones. But
Oh,
she's
shit.
so good in that. They're so funny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. And so as Grace kind of is running or trying to hide, Daniel, Adam Brody's character, finds her. I fucking love Adam Brody. Does anybody else love Adam Brody?
No, I love
He's
I
the-
love Adam Brody. I think Adam Brody is like he's just one of those actors. I feel like a lot of the movies he picks are just good films. Like he's in Jennifer's Body, he's
Yep.
in Wanted, he's in like he's in this movie. Like he's in Scream. Like I don't know. He's in a lot of different
He's
IPs.
ageless too.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's
His
Adam
His
Brody?
look
He's hot as
Dang.
fuck.
Adam Brody was in Wanted?
Yeah.
Who
Oh
did he
wait, no,
play
no,
in
no,
that?
not Wanted. I'm thinking Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm thinking
Oh
another-
yeah, he
Oh,
played like a
okay.
Another
tyler.
assassin
I
movie.
honestly, as soon as you said Wanted, I'm like,
Brad
and
Pitt?
Angelina Jolie was
No.
involved. I'm like, oh yeah, he played
Chris
like a
Pratt
tech
was
guy.
in
Yeah.
Chris Pratt was in Wanted.
Friend.
Yeah.
A chubby
Dude,
friend.
the fuck you with the teeth. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think Adam Brody. I loved Adam Brody since I first saw him in the movie Grind when I was like 12.
Yep.
And
Sick.
I think he just appealed to my like, oh man, like non-alpha dudes can be hot. You know what I mean? Like it was like because I feel like Adam Brody is like a desirable man, but he's not an alpha.
Mhm.
And I
Oh
think,
yeah, he's
like,
usually like undercutting and catty.
yes, exactly. Like he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't make my bank with
Yeah.
like my bronze. I make it with my wit.
My funny quips.
Yes,
Yeah, like he
and
would have fit really good in The Social Network.
Yes, holy shit!
Yeah.
He
He
should have
would have been great
He
in that
should have been
movie.
He could
Justin
have played
Timberlake
JT. Yeah,
Just a college-looking dude.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
or
Well,
But
or
he,
yeah.
you know what's funny is he doesn't like get pigeonholed by those roles though.
You know
Like-
what? We should do for a segment. Just recast the entire Social Network.
It's the fucking beta parade.
Oh my god. So Daniel finds her and he's just like, I'm just here for a drink. And like, he's sad because he knows he's got to tell the family where she is. And she's trying to convince him, like, no, you don't have to. But he's like, I'm going to give you 10-second head start to leave. And she starts running. He's like, she's in here. As the family comes in, then another servant dies. The other one comes in, he gets crossbowed in the face. Was that Emily that killed her again? I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
with this
'cause-
crossbow, yeah, 'cause
yeah.
she just grabs it.
Yeah.
Yep. Someone gave it to her, whatever, make yourself useful. And she's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, blah, blah, blah. And yeah,
Nobody
she shot.
does. Nobody knows
Yeah.
how
The
to
other
use a
servant.
crossbow.
And then her
Yes.
kid draws real blood from the bride.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
what-
it like runs in the family.
you know what's funny?
Right.
Like in movies, whenever there's a crossbow, it's like the most difficult weapon to like handle and like pull back ever. And
Yeah.
in video games, is like the easiest thing in the world. Like I'm playing Resident
Oh,
Evil
yeah.
4, and it's
I-
like the easiest thing in the world.
I had read that the actual actress, she didn't even know how to hold it, but they didn't tell her at all because they
They're like,
wanted to
"She
give
killed
that
someone."
impression that these family members didn't know what they were doing. Because I mean, they've
That's
never
funny.
touched a gun,
Dude.
Oh,
and they
right,
never
right, right.
told her. It's like if we tell you, I think it would take away from the
For the difficulty of a load on a crossbow, the trigger just kind of lays out there for you to press whenever. It's just like an exposed
dude. It's such a
like hair trigger
touchy.
that you're like, oh, don't go anywhere near the bottom of this weapon. Like for as hard as the pullback is on those, it's like once it's loaded, it's like, oh, I could bump into a wall and fucking impale someone with this.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I'm talking about my
So-
cock.
So Grace finds a gun as she's running and hiding. She finds a gun on the wall. It's like a double barrel shotgun, I believe. There's double barrel shotguns in every fucking movie, I swear. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure this is like at least the fourth time I've mentioned double barrel
Yeah. The
shotgun.
majority of
Yeah, it's-
double barrel shotguns in America are just on Hollywood movie sets.
I
Yeah.
call it DBS just to save myself a few little.
There's a
Deep
double
second.
barrel
Yeah.
shotgun.
It's like a
There's a
football
double
player.
barrel shotgun in every scene of this film.
Grab that DBS off the wall.
Robin Williams is holding a double barrel shotgun in every
You can
scene of
see
this
Robin
movie.
Williams ghost.
So she grabs the
Fake,
gun.
fake bullets though. Display only.
Fake news.
She's looking in the mirror.
He tries to kill
And-
himself with dummy ammo.
And it works.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Well, that's what
He just goes to pills after that. He's like,
Yeah.
I'll just swallow a bunch of pills, I guess. The
that's
gun is gonna look sweet though.
yeah. Who's the guy that shot the girl on stage on a set with SNL?
Alec Baldwin.
Oh,
Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin,
That's
yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
what he said. He's like,
I
there's
was
no.
on the set of a movie, not
Yeah.
SNL.
this is dummy
Good
ammo,
lord.
Yeah,
right?
this is dummy. This
Middle
is
of New
dumb.
York
This
City.
psych. That's what
So you
Robin
know what-
Williams. that's
You
Robin
know what's
Williams
crazy?
said.
What I heard
Right.
came out about that is that it wasn't even during a scene. He was like joking
He was
around.
playing-
He's
he's
just
playing
fucking
around.
around
I
with
wish I
it.
could
playing
murder this
Yeah.
broad.
Cops and robbers.
I
Yeah.
wish I could fucking kill this bitch.
Oh yeah,
Like that makes it so much
Damn.
worse. And he was acquitted. But
he was filming a TikTok.
Yeah, I think it was on the movie
The-
movie Rust. I do want to see if they ever release that movie. I would be like, oh, I kind of want to see
Bodies,
that.
bodies reference.
like this scene looks really realistic when he shoots that chick off camera.
Oh yeah.
She's wearing plain clothes, North Face vest,
She's got a headset on.
and action. Bam.
so Grace is looking in the mirror. Her dress is all dirty, ripped, bloody. She's holding this gun.
Fun
And
fact.
it just kind of pans. What's up?
There were 17 dresses throughout the movie
Ooh,
that they
Oh,
Oh, wow.
made.
10
and he
short
wore
of
17.
Of 27?
10 short of 7.
I
which
couldn't
is
think of the actress. I think it's like,
Oh yeah,
Catherine
what's her-
Heigl.
Yeah.
Heigl. Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine her in this movie. That would suck. I
Actually,
hate
you know what?
Catherine Heigl.
Catherine Heigl is in every scene of this film.
True. True.
Holy
You
shit!
have to look real closely.
And if you
So
can prove she isn't, subscribe
This-
to our Patreon.
Stunt double. Samara Weaving.
The stunt dildo.
she's going and she's got this gun. She's trying to escape. She finds like a locked door. Oh, and to mention too is that there's cameras throughout all of this like mansion,
Mhm.
but they're off at the moment because they feel like that's not in the spirit of the game.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, they
but
make
this
a
door is
funny tradition reference later on that's kind of funny, like where they're picking and choosing. Like they do a whole
Right.
segment on like them shutting the cameras down and being like, we must honor tradition, like of how we got to do this like we would have back in like the 1800s or something.
yeah, it's kind
And
of like
they call back to that, and it's funny the way they do it.
it's like when you're playing a video game and you're like, I'm not going to use the cheat codes, and then the level's way too hard, and you're like, all right, I might use the cheat codes.
It's you try to figure out a puzzle in a video game. And you're like,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be
Like,
be
well-
difficult, and then after a while you're like, fuck this shit, and then you just go on
You
Google.
Google it. Yeah.
And you're like, oh my
console-
god, I had to just look to the left. And then,
I've
Yep.
seen what I need to see.
Yep.
I'm just not smart
Uh,
enough for your art.
So she's gonna shoot the lock, but she didn't load the gun. Obviously doesn't know how to use a gun. Not a lot of people do. And
Get a gun.
then we
get
have
guns. Everybody
Everyone,
get a
go
gun.
to your
yeah,
local
get
gun-
them.
Everybody go to your local gun shop.
Talk to your
get a
local
gun.
gun store.
They'll
Or a
teach you.
Support your
crossbow.
Second Amendment.
Get
Learn how to use a
licensed.
crossbow.
Get a pistol. Carry a pistol around.
Bring a
Oh.
knife
Trump
with you.
2024.
Also, carry a knife. Carry a knife in your purse.
How to use napalm.
Learn-
That's true.
Make it for yourself.
Oh yeah, also true.
Also, Trump.
Build a
Trump,
fertilizer bomb.
vote
Confidence.
Trump,
be confident in
2024.
yourself. Be confident in your gun.
Be confident in your bomb making skills, and make a difference. Be
Alex
effective.
Your
is-
skills to lead a group of people to do whatever you want.
Black block. Definitely cover your face. Figure out umbrella. Bring an umbrella. Tear gas can be covered with a wind,
Oh.
like a leaf blower.
There are YouTube videos on how to make a bomb. There-
How do
As
we end up on a list? We're on a list now. We're just a podcast, and we ended up on a fucking FBI. list.
all I said was just go get a gun. Go get licensed.
That's
Go
completely
get
within your
licensed. And
2A amendment rights.
So you
I know
start
my
shit,
right.
Ian.
I know my rights. That's all I'm saying.
So Alex is watching Grace from like the control room. He can see all the screens and shit. He turns the cameras back on. And he sees that like she's in trouble because one of the like a butler walks in and Grace is trying to hide. She as she's hiding, she loads this gun with the most enormous ammo I've ever seen in my entire life.
So loud.
It
It's
was
like,
so big.
What? It's like what in that scene? What are you doing? That is so
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah, and I think she was trying to do
Like
it
this
as like
elephant gun?
noises were happening. Yes,
Yeah.
it literally looked like an elephant gun. That's what.
Yeah,
that's
it
what I
was
said it was.
bizarre. So bizarre.
And she tries to shoot him, but the ammo is display only, as other Jake mentioned earlier. But then he was making tea, and she cracks the burning teapot over his face.
I kind of
Um,
wish we got like a tropey version of her trying to like fire that ammo and like it kicking her back and also like just tacking someone through a door. Like
Yeah.
that would have been I feel like
Mhm.
they do better later with like the gory, like fun, like bloody scenes. So it's
Yeah.
like you didn't need
Mm.
it and I was fine
Yeah.
without it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
at the
Because
same time, I was hoping like you'd get that kick from that gun, almost like in we did in funny games. Like you'd get
Yeah.
that satisfaction of like a big
Yeah.
splat.
yeah,
No,
because
I'm-
like they could have like done that, and then because the butler obviously like he dies in the car accident, but like they could have had like someone else see her out in the wild and drive the car and get her or
I
whatever.
love
Yeah.
it's
You know.
him and he's got the orchestral callback
Oh,
though,
yeah.
which was so cool. It's like
Yep.
that's what really made it. Like this movie does
Yeah.
a great job of like picking you up on threads you like wouldn't think about, like, and just being like, oh, we could have done this, but like we gave you a satisfying out for all these characters. Like
Mhm.
you're just seeing like weapons strewn about like this beautiful canvas, and like you're like, oh, I hope they get like this or that or the other thing, and it's like the climax of the film. I think that's why it's so explosive.
Yeah.
Is like you're keep hoping, you're like, I wonder if this person's gonna
Yeah.
have to deal with the axe, or this person's gonna have to deal with the gun or the crossbow. Like you're getting these little threads that are built up that you're like, well, I'm just glad the crescendo is satisfying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, not to give away spoilers, but at the end, like there were so many people that just like blew up. So it's like
Yeah.
they could have used one of those people to like drive out and capture Grace,
For sure.
and they
Yeah.
she could have blew, like she only had a limited ammo probably, so they could have she
Two.
could have like
Missed
blew the
too,
butler's
and-
face apart,
Yep.
Yeah.
and you know,
Shot the kettle.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
I
I
mean,
haven't thought about that.
no, it's definitely one of those scenes that whenever I watch it, I'm just like, I think I was saying that to Emily when we were talking about. I was like, that's like kind of the only con is I was like, I
It
kind of wish
was
that
such an
elephant gun scene was like a little more satisfying.
it was so
what is
underwhelming.
display ammo? That doesn't even make sense. Like a
Just
display
it's
gun,
just like yeah,
but, like
it's just
fake
like
ammo. That's,
there's
I think it's weird.
White
Yeah.
people.
Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
prop.
I
Like
forget
it.
about
Yeah, no, I get the display.
it's a
personally.
dud. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think
I
if you
will-
are gonna prop an ammo, like an elephant gun would be the one to do it with because it's
You're
such
like,
a
dude,
I
big
guess.
Those are
slug.
$15 a slug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say I had the whole movie spoiled for me on account of us taking a week off and me trying to like scramble to watch it. I think last night, I think I got back from like a disc golf round.
Was last night the first time you watched the
Yeah,
movie?
it was the first night I watched it. And I was just like, I've had such good luck just going on
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
and being like, okay, I'll just catch this on YouTube and rent it for $4.
Yeah.
And YouTube gave me a big old goose egg, but it would give me like this scene, the parlor room scene, and then all of a sudden I'm scrolling down trying to get like, I'm like, well, maybe someone's like bootlegged it on there, and I'll just like
Yeah.
get through it. I ended up renting it from Redbox, but as I was scrolling through trying to find like free pirated copies or like shit like that, like links, there was just the scene where it said exploding family. And I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking,
Yep.
I get it.
Yep.
Like as they're talking about packs and like, I'm like, well, that's how it's gonna fucking end. At first, I thought it was the soundtrack that did it because I've been listening to the soundtrack throughout the week, and I'm like, was there a track at the end just called "Exploding In-Laws" or "Exploding Family"? And then I'm like, no, this like I was gonna bring that up in the podcast, but I'm like, oh, it was just me dumbly scrolling through YouTube and not finding a video, and I'm like, oh, I just gotta learn not to do that. I just assume everything's on YouTube. But you might get spoiled.
Oh my
so
god.
watch out, folks.
That's
We're
so
deep in
funny.
the spoiler section, so I feel fine with it.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch it. Just pay for your
Don't
pay
don't
You
listen
can-
to the soundtrack. Just watch the movie.
No, the soundtrack did great. Like they kept everything spoiler free. But I was gonna be like, oh, that's an interesting thing to bring up because I'm sure some
Yeah.
soundtracks have spoiled movies for people, and but I think that's a big no-no on even with a $6 million budget. They were like, let's make sure, and I appreciate that.
Watch it in 54 parts on TikTok.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Someone get perma-banned for that.
So we have the last help that gets fucked up by the dumbwaiter, which she was like hiding and she gets crushed by it, and
So nonchalantly, like
I
crushed.
know.
It's like, what
That
are you
was
doing,
so
you stupid
funny.
fuck? Like just
Like, as
get
she's
back
getting
in the
crushed,
dumbwaiter.
and the blood's coming out of her mouth, and she's like, please help, please help. If you were crushed to the point where blood's coming out of your mouth, do you think you could speak? Because
Probably
I don't
not.
think you could.
Now your diaphragm's at jeopardy.
I drank
Yeah.
2 Long Islands the other day and I couldn't speak. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm really not gonna get crushed by a dumbwaiter and speak. The fuck?
So
A
we
dead
find
liver-
out
a dead liver's a dead liver.
A dead, a
we
dead
find out
liver's
that,
not a crushed liver though. So
the aunt Helene was the woman at the beginning of the film that had her husband ratted out by those kids and fucking sacrificed or whatever. And she basically explains to Alex is that he's meant to lead the family, and that well, not to him. She's explaining that he was the person that's supposed to lead the family because he's the only person who saw LaBelle in the chair. There's a chair that they always leave open in the family room. So this part this was one of the parts that made me laugh that wasn't in the trailer. Is the father of Georgie, Fitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's searching on his phone.
Oh yeah,
Packs with devil real or bullshit.
yeah. That's where my rating came from.
Relatable.
Also, fun fact, the two writers,
Have a pact with the devil.
they have a pact with the devil. Okay, so Guy Buzik, and Ryan
Buziak,
Christopher
I believe it
Murphy,
is.
they were the writers of the film, but they were the two in the YouTube video.
Oh,
The
That's
crossbow
funny.
video.
that's so cool.
They were in the crossbow video together. Like, how do you shoot your
Yeah,
crossbow?
how do you shoot this crossbow?
Yeah, that's awesome. So Grace ends up hiding in a stable for a bunch of goats. And Georgie ends up finding her, and she's like, "Oh my god, like you got to help me." And he shoots her with a gun. Was that the same gun that was the one that was from the beginning? I think
I
like
don't know. I'm
No,
not sure.
it was like
Oh, it
the
might have been.
little snub nose
Like
one.
a little Derringer.
Like,
Yeah, the flaccid revolver.
it looked something like that.
I'm not sure.
I think it was like a 2-shot
Um,
Derringer.
Yeah.
He shoots her in the hand, like blows a fucking hole through her hand, and she knocks him the fuck out. Oh
Yeah.
my god. I'm
So bad.
sorry.
Dude, I love when kids get killed in movies.
So do I.
I hate
Off screen in this one.
I hate kids.
It's the oh yeah.
Okay, I don't hate kids. I just don't like annoying kids.
Yeah, it's not that I hate kids. It's just that it's such a taboo thing to like
Yeah,
harm a
Like
child
you're
in a
you're
movie.
not supposed to kill kids or dogs, and like
Yeah.
when you
So
kill
when
kids
you
or
not-
dogs,
Like there are
It's
two
like-
parts that you clap.
No, dog. I will
Okay,
never
dog.
laugh at a dog.
okay,
I
okay,
will never
that's
laugh at a dog getting
that's
hurt.
Too
true.
far, Ian.
Don't
Real life dogs and children, I don't want to die, but
kill
on screen, I don't
kill real life kids. Don't kill dogs.
Exactly.
That's where I stand.
Jesus,
That's how he
Ian's,
feels about-
Ian's
that's
going
how-
hard at getting us canceled on this episode. He's like,
Dude,
That's how he feels about Yemen.
Dude,
Guns,
I've had,
from
like,
2024, he's talking about killing
had-
kids.
I've had like 3 Tito's
Oh,
monsters. So
Swallow
Tito
them.
monsters.
kids.
Tito monsters. No, I love kids.
Swallow
I
your
don't like
soul.
annoying. I don't like annoying 4-year-olds.
But there are
Kids in
two
movies
parts.
are a
in
different
this
If a kid
breed.
shoots you in the hand, I'm knocking that
that's-
kid the fuck
okay.
out.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
saying.
give a
And
fuck.
Absolutely.
annoying kids that are gonna rat you out for to kill you. It's like, yeah, punch
feel
sucker
like
punch
What's
him in the
more
face.
annoying? What's more
okay.
annoying than a kid shooting you in the hand? That's so annoying. So yeah, she kind of escapes. She's outside of the house. She runs. She squeezes through a gate that fucks her up, cuts her because it's sharp as shit. And then that's when she finds that rich asshole who apparently you said is the director, who's like, "Get the fuck out of the road." And then she just starts yelling a lot of expletives at him. Then you see a scene of Daniel and Emily are taking the bodies of the servants to this goat pit. And Daniel basically is like, you can see he's kind of having a change of heart about the whole thing. He says like we all deserve to die because they're not. He's kind of talking about whether they're not sure whether or not this is all real. If they would die if they don't kill her, but he says whatever, we do deserve to die no matter what.
I think this is like an interesting, like you start to catch on to like the heads or tails, like that they all seem to do when they're like hiding a body. Like the patriarch, I think at least twice, like heads or tails, like decides to gamify who takes the feet and who takes the head. Like that's just
Right.
It's just like what
Everything's a game.
the family is just like, whether it's a goat sacrifice or a human sacrifice or just like how we move a dead body, we're all in on like, oh, we'll solve it with chance. Like,
Right.
give it to the devils. We'll cast lots.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I mean,
So
love
the butler catches up with Grace in the car, uh captures her and starts driving her back towards the mansion. And it's funny because he's like playing. He's very big into like opera. And he's like singing his opera super loud. The family's FaceTiming him, and they can see that she like woke up. And they're trying to scream at him to like tell him to like she's behind you, she's behind you, and he's not fucking listening. And she like kicks him in the face, and there's like a scuffle, and the car crashes, and he's dead. And she I might have skipped something. Hold on a second. Oh, so before that, she ended up getting in the car before that happened, and she called OnStar. This was
Oh
another
yeah.
funny part.
Oh yeah.
She calls OnStar, and Justin answers the phone, and he's like, just being your typical like, there's an emergency, and he's like, I can certainly help you out with that. He's like,
There's no need to curse.
yeah, and eventually just shuts down the car because it was reported stolen.
In my dislikes of this movie, it is Justin. He's in the dislikes.
Yeah, Justin sucks.
Fuck you, Justin.
Yeah, what?
Um,
You're like at a minimum wage job. It's like just like
yeah, like take care of
sometimes they'll
things,
ask
don't
me to like, oh,
call.
go get like a person is sleeping in our parking lot. Go kick him out. I'm like, well, I could just act like we didn't see that.
Yeah.
right. And so back at the mansion, Alex had gotten captured. He's handcuffed to like a bed behind him, and his mom comes in and is like asking why he left, and he said he left because he realized that like their pagan rituals and everything felt normal to him, and he hated that. He hated that it felt like sacrificing goats and whatnot like felt normal, and he realized that his family will do anything as long as the family as a whole says it's okay. And so he wanted to remove himself from that. So like you're like, oh, this Alex guy is a good guy. He removed himself from everything. Um, so, but then they explained that this Mr. LaBelle, he's the reason this family has everything, but every once in a while he wants something in return. That's what this game is. This game is like a sacrifice. I
Hence,
think when
hence the French meaning lease.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and I think this that's what all the I think when it doesn't really go into it, but I'm pretty sure it kind of or implies that when the hide and seek card isn't pulled, they at least sacrifice a goat. Like it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
well,
Yes. When
Because
they
when
don't
she
have
falls, oh sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say when they don't have a human to sacrifice, they'll sacrifice a goat.
Well, I mean,
Right.
I feel I don't know, like just based on how many goats are in that pit, I think that they have to do like
Yeah.
at least a yearly goat sacrifice or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Because
Some
they
will-
have
some
they
yeah.
have quite a stockpile of goats and quite a lot of
Goat
bodies at the
bones.
bottom of that pit.
Right.
So I think it's happening more than every wedding ceremony.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Special event like that. It's got to be
yeah,
like an
because
annual thing.
it can't be like, hey man, like every time one of your family members gets married, they have to play a game. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Right.
you have to give us something. You have to give
Yeah.
us blood. You
Right.
have to give us a goat, something.
Yeah. Very it's so crazy how similar like the Old Testament and satanic rituals like they share so much shit.
It's
Yeah.
a cult, man. It's a
Like,
cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Hey, guys, it's a
like,
cult.
sacrifice. Like sacrifice a goat. Okay. So anyways,
Yeah.
Grace is captured and she's being prepped for this ritual. She's tied to this big pentagram table. And
Hail Satan.
yeah.
You sell that
The-
table on Etsy, that'd be a fun thing for
Oh, for sure. For
Emily,
sure.
okay, Emily, make a candle.
Get on that.
Also,
Yeah, make
shout
a
shout out.
pentagram.
I don't know if Emily's like
Oh shit.
is she
Yeah!
I don't
candles,
have
but
the
like
stockpile for
Emily-
all
yeah.
of the
All the orders that are about to pour in.
watchers.
What's
Yeah.
your candle website called?
It's at Burnt Match Co.
At
She had-
Burnt Match Go.
Yeah. I
Yep,
think
and
so.
she has an Etsy shop
Okay.
too. So buy
She's got an
candles.
Ed-
Everybody
It's a
come.
Shopify.
Everybody buy candles from.
It's
Does
a-
the
it's a-
Burnt Match Co direct you to the Etsy, or is that separate?
It's a Shopify because I can't afford Etsy, but
Just Venmo
Oh,
her. Just
okay.
Venmo her.
just Just Venmo
honestly.
me.
Yeah.
I'll
One of the
make a-
Patreon tiers will be you get a candle.
Yeah, I'll make
You
up
get a
my own price for every different person. It's
Dude,
gonna be
she-
different for
Become a
everybody.
friend.
Emily has a mushroom candle that has a thick ass.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
got a thick ass. It's
It
awesome.
reminds me of Paleolithic Venus.
It's the
statue.
higher the tier you are in the Patreon, the bigger the ass.
Yes.
They
Yes.
get
Can
thicker
I
and
can I
thicker
pay
and
extra
thicker.
for a bigger ass
Yeah,
when I buy a candle? Okay.
I'll add it on. I'll just like make my own wax and just slap it on. Make a bigger booty.
Just like
It's a Brazilian butt lift
it's
for a candle.
We call it the Kardashian method, where you pay extra for a bigger ass.
Yeah, definitely.
It just looks like a
Um,
die-dye.
So, as Grace is about to be sacrificed by the family, they all kind of drink out of this like goblet, and fucking Daniel, my boy Adam Brody, poisoned the family.
Mhm.
And they all start kind of just like
On fire.
heaving.
oh, it's on fire.
He lets her.
My phone's on fire.
What? Your phone's on fire?
I'm
He's
using
his phone as an ashtray, and there's like lit ash on his phone.
it's a glass.
You're using your phone as an ashtray.
I don't have an ashtray, but it's glass. It's fine. I
You
bet
don't. Why would you just not use
Insane looking.
a cup
I guess
or a
what
bowl?
I shouldn't have brought it up.
You are a fucking psycho. That's a brand new iPhone, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's an iPhone
It's
14 Max.
casual style.
An iPhone.
You
It's
get
an
this
iPhone
dude on
14
some
Max.
SSRIs and give him
Is there at
cigarette and
least a
vodka.
screen
That
protector?
comes, yes. There. That's what I was saying.
That
There's
is
a-
burning
Jesus
through.
no, it's glass.
Christ.
It's glass. It's a
The
literally glass.
screen protector's
Oh my
glass.
It's
fucking
glass.
God.
It's glass. My phone's glass. It's an iPhone 14
There's
Max.
just
Well, yeah.
It's an 19.
crazy people
It's an I.
everywhere.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Do you not have bowls at your house or something?
Yes,
else?
we do, but it's so far away. Oh,
No.
there's a frizz. There's a disc right here. I'll use
Emily,
it.
didn't I buy you an ashtray for your birthday?
Oh,
You bought
shit.
me a grinder,
Oh.
a
I have
Pokeball
a-
grinder.
Oh my.
Who did I
Which,
buy? Oh, I
okay.
bought Brian an ashtray for his birthday. Never mind.
We're almost through this. So Daniel
Hey,
frees.
If
Grace.
anybody wants to send me an ashtray,
He's
An
gonna,
ashtray.
he's gonna
All right.
buy a phone with it.
I'll
Oh,
buy a
man.
phone with all the Patreons. Look, okay, you know what?
He acts like we make money on Patreon with his phone use.
Look,
He's like, I
this is
pay
mine.
for my own shit. I'm sorry. I've derailed
Oh my
this
God.
Yes, let's get back to this walkthrough.
derailing
I'm-
fucking activity.
Jake.
So
Judging him.
fucking Daniel breaks out Grace and is like helping her escape. He decided to betray his family at the end. Charity, who was Charity again? I have in my notes. Charity
Adam
the-
Brody's
Thornton.
wife.
Yeah, she's the bitchy,
Yes!
bitchy
Yeah.
sister.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So his wife is pointing a gun at him and
Yeah.
is like, "You don't fucking care about me." Shoots him in the neck. And then Grace runs. The dad finds her. Grace beats the shit out of him with a lantern.
Hell yeah.
And Alex comes and finds Daniel shot as he's dying. He eventually dies in his arms. R.I.P. Adam Brody.
Dude, what a waste! What a waste of a
What a
good,
fucking
good
waste.
looking
God
man.
damn it. Love
he's
that man.
So attractive too.
You know what though? You shoot someone in the neck like that and get him gargling on blood, and you get like a good final shot of like a handsome, like
I mean,
Yeah.
he's worthy of like a good death too. Like I'm glad he didn't just
Yeah.
blow up at the end.
Oh
for
yeah. Like
Like,
he
That was a good
he
death.
broke himself free of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, you got Doctor
And-
Sleep.
Just because he wanted Weaving's box, you know,
Oh.
because he loves
We have a
he loved
Yeah.
Samara Weaving so much.
pretty gruesome death of or was it she died, right? When Grace beats the shit out of the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
with the
box?
box. Yeah,
Yeah.
with her box.
Yeah.
With her box.
Yeah. She beats her with her box.
Now,
Alex finds Grace, and then you find out Alex is a fucking douche, and he turns on Grace
I mean, if you
Uh,
found your mother bludgeoned to death, like
and his brother just before
It
too.
is
It is
Whatever.
a
He was
tough
kind of like,
scene.
it's
Yeah.
understandable. I mean, also you're ready for him to go.
Yeah.
At
the
that
end of the
point.
movie. Yeah,
He's,
Right, I
u-
think he
he's
decided,
used
like-
his capital.
but you can.
he's
see,
like, I'm gonna buy in.
You can see why he would be upset if you go and you see anybody sees their mom. Like you know.
For sure. And then so we have the Hail Satan as the ant's about to stab down into her. She moves, somehow escapes, and then the sun comes up and they're like, "Oh, we fucked up. Like
Yeah.
we're all gonna fucking die." The entire family's in there. Grace is all fucking like fucked up. She's like kind of holding a knife out, like, "Get the fuck away from me." Sun comes up, nothing happens, and they're like, "Oh shit." And I have here in my notes, I'm like, "It's all bullshit." Nope. Like my next word is nope.
Yep.
And the ant blows up as she grabs the axe to go rush at Grace.
Yeah.
And then the record player starts of the hide and seek music.
Bum, 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 bum,
Grace
bum,
starts laughing as all of the family just blows up. And I thought it was so funny when so Alex is like the last one to blow up and he's trying to like be like, "Oh, like I was given a second chance, like baby, we could be together," and shit. It's like when like a dude like hits his girlfriend and then immediately after is like, "Oh baby, I love you so much. Like that's not me. That's not me. Like I don't do that or whatever." It's like, dude, you
Yeah.
just fucking hit me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like
Also, fun fact: they used meat cannons with like mushy bananas and
Oh, yeah.
jelly.
Yep.
Dyed.
That's so
They
fun.
used
oh,
they
For the
used mushy
explosion.
bananas, jelly, and dyed caramel syrup
That sounds
to
delicious.
imitate the splatter of human
That
flesh.
sounds yeah, I wouldn't mind that getting in my teeth like Grace did. And
Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
say like with
I love jelly.
her newly betrothed uh uh like almost bargaining with her at the end, like because I think at that point, like you kind of get the impression it's a little headcanony, but like I think she has like the providence of Mr. LaBelle. Like she's obviously like it's mentioned how Alex is supposed to take the family over, or like to be
mhm.
the head, and it's like, oh, obviously there's a different head in the room, and I think it is Grace. Like her name, Grace, is like
Yeah.
he's expecting like I've gotten a second chance because of you, like because of your grace. Like it reminds me of Jesus and
Yeah.
being like, oh, like
Yeah, there's
nah,
Oh,
dude, there you get
Oh.
nothing here,
yeah.
man. You
Yep.
got to deal with
Yeah.
my father,
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
and
shit.
there's
yeah.
There
judgment.
was like a nod where it's like,
Absolutely, and
there
I
you
Yeah.
think
go.
who
Oh
did
yeah.
that?
There you
They
go, man.
crushed that.
Mhm.
Like and her name goes back to that, and that was like revealed at the very beginning. Like this movie ties up bows so well, um like that. It's just like it's so satisfying the way they decide to do stuff like that. Even her
Yeah.
taking her mother-in-law's case at the end and like smoking a cigarette out of
Yeah.
it in a blood-soaked dress was like so satisfying to be like,
Yeah.
nah, like it doesn't matter what deals you make, like there's conclusion here, and it was
Yeah.
hella sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it like at least for me in horror movies, one of the things that makes a great horror movie is a great ending to a horror movie. And this one, like I feel like one of the best things, like I mean it's a weird parallel, but like the ending of this reminds me of the ending of The Exorcist, where it has, it's very Sour Patch Kids, where it's got some like sourness and it's got some sweetness to it,
Yeah.
and like because you get that, like, the fake out of like, oh shit, like they almost killed this woman for like no reason, and then they go
Yeah.
through that, they're like, I told you it was all bullshit, and they're just screaming at each other, so you get that satisfying aspect of them just eating each other, through like, I can't believe you made me do this, and then you get the scene where they all start blowing up, and then you get the release of that, and it just has a lot of good duality to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
They
so glad they made it real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it was
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
satisfying that they
Agree.
just blew the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
it was like
because
because I don't know where they would have gone with it
yeah,
if
because
it was
the
bullshit.
original writing they were supposed to kill Grace.
Mm.
They were gonna kill
Oh,
Grace at the end,
shit.
Oh,
but they changed it at the end to like I don't know why, but
Hmm.
because it's more satisfying. Because
Yeah.
this scene of her just sitting on the steps at the end after Alex blows up and she just goes outside and she's smoking a cigarette in a
Adam
ripped up
Sandler is
bloody
there.
ass.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler is in the back.
Playing with
Also Robin Williams. Um and
Hugo Weaving.
it's they come and the cops show up and
Tim
they're like, "What
Curry.
happened?"
Hugo.
And she's like, in-laws. And it's just
Smash.
like it was like that quippy, like it was like obviously cheesy, but like very self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like kind of like no one thought that was like an actual clever line, but it was like, what else are you supposed to say?
Yep.
And that's where it ends.
Yep.
And
I love it.
yeah, great fucking movie. Honestly,
movie.
I 8.2 I gave it, and that's a good score. Like that's
Yeah.
just like I said, my only
Yeah.
thing was it. I just definitely was expecting to laugh a little more, but
Mm.
Yeah.
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 that's just me.
I think
Yeah,
the
that's-
ending is what gave it a 10 out of 10 for me because, like, even if she defeats the entire family and it's not like they don't blow up, that would not be as satisfying an ending as them
Yeah.
actually like blowing up like meat sacks like they do.
Mm.
Mhm.
I will
Yeah.
say the way she acts this and the way she like goes like through everything, and like I've heard a couple reviewers and like in a couple synopses mention like her like feral like wild
Her
like
scream.
it's so good, and it makes you
So
feel like
good.
that divine justice you get at the end is like, oh, your day, like you can be in, especially like her background as like a foster kid, like having to fight like for your day to day on like whether or
Yeah.
not you don't know what is going to happen, but you're like, I need to be able to sit there at the end of the day and be like, oh, I made it through this or I didn't. Like
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
that like life on the line sense,
Yeah.
and the way she
Yeah.
portrays that, to be like, oh, I had my future laid out ahead of me and I was so excited to be like part of your fucked up family, and I was going to fight
Yeah.
that like any other occasion I fought in my life. And to wrap it up with like, I fought another day and here I am sitting on the steps and I'm going to get up and I'm going to fucking fight again. And I think like that's what makes this movie so cool, is like just you get that feeling from her portrayal of her character alone, that it's like,
Mhm.
dude, you gotta take this like one thing at a time, and if you can do that despite getting like bloodied up, like, and having to do some shit that's morally questionable, is like you're gonna do it again.
Yeah, cause that scene where she like crawls up from like the goats like with the nail, like that
Mm.
was all like she acted that, like that was all CGI was the nail and the nail
Oh.
and stuff, where it's like
Mhm.
they were iffy about that because her acting was so good in that scene, like
Yeah.
crawling up that being so like scared and like
So
It's
good.
fantastic.
yeah, she did insane. It was great.
I love that actress.
Yep.
I hope we see her in more shit coming
She
up.
used her
Watch,
own
you gotta
like
watch.
her experience with anxiety when he was in the attic or whatever telling her about it and she's shaking like
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
she
they're in the
did great.
crawl space together, being like, "What the fucking fuck?" You know,
Yeah.
we've been playing that
Mhm.
betrayal on the hill, the haunted house on the hill, or whatever, and it reminds me of this movie. Like you're just building a mansion, like that. You're like, "Oh, this has a gymnasium, a panic room, a laboratory."
Mm.
Play that game, everyone. Play Betrayal at Hill House or whatever. It's fun. It reminded me
What,
of this.
what's that?
Oh shit, she was born February 23rd, 1992. You think I got a chance? We're the same age.
She's Australian.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Get
she
to that Fanny.
she's in the new Scream, and she is in a tight dress. And
Yeah, she looks so
Everybody
good.
tag Samara
Oh my
Weaving
God.
and just
God.
let her know that I'm
That's the
interested.
only
That's what I'm
reason,
saying.
like, but
God
not
bless Australia.
not your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
Wait, what?
Huh?
I have a
Diananda.
girl. Oh shit, I do. I have a girlfriend. Fuck.
Ah,
Don't tag
All right,
her.
never mind. Never mind. Cut this. Cut this.
I'm single. Any ladies, Diananda?
yeah, DM
Holler
At me.
Mother Jake. If you're Australian and look like Margot Robbie or Samara Weaving,
Right?
all right.
or DM me
So-
too, whatever.
You could DM me if you wanted. You don't have to, but
My girlfriend has headphones on; she can't hear this.
I don't have a girlfriend at all.
All right.
You can cut that.
Nice.
I'm just waiting for you guys to stop.
That's okay.
All right. So do we want to do the next segment? I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna skip. We're skipping blow gibber of the week
Yep.
this week.
Aren't you embarrassed?
Because one, there wasn't a whole lot of good quotes that we could use for it, and two, we're gonna make you beg for it.
Take a break from the blowjobs.
Yeah, if you absolutely hate the fact that we did not have a blowjobber of the week, let us know. And if it
Yeah.
has to be a weekly thing, we will make it a weekly thing. But
Yeah.
maybe
We're having
people
Don't
hate
have
it.
to
No,
do
I don't
the
you can't. You
blowjob
can't.
every time.
Yeah, you can't blowjobs every week.
Yeah.
Every time.
I was
You
gonna
know,
say a
it's,
no nut ninth episode. So
know.
go
No,
fuck
not
yourself.
9. Yeah, all right.
Except don't. Just don't
So
fuck yourselves.
so for this week, instead of doing that, we are going to do a new game called Smash or Slash. And
Yeah.
so can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Do we get a limited number of slashes?
You so what we will do, let me get into the
Slash,
introduction.
slash, 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 slash.
So what we will do, the rules are simple. I will present each contestant with 2 choices of Scream Queen. One you choose to smash, and the other you get to defy horror movie conventions and slash. Seeing that they're
Yeah.
all Scream Queens, typically they would survive to the end, but not here.
Not today. Not today.
Not today.
Not in our
Um,
horror movie that is real life.
So we will start with Emily, and Emily gets the first smash or slash. So
Biggest wiener.
Emily, your first smash or slash is Vera Farmiga
Okay.
from The Conjuring.
Okay.
Couldn't this
And
also be Pat Wilson?
Oh.
no,
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
and Naomi Watts from Funny Games. Just because he's in a picture does not mean she gets to
Well,
smash.
I think that would,
Pick a
that
better
would be a
picture.
great smash or slash.
I-
Who I'd pick though. Wait.
Oh, I know.
he's
I
in the-
know.
One to
I know.
smash, one to slash.
That one's so easy.
I'm gonna
This is
smash-
easy. This is easy for me.
What's the
Easy
funny
for
game?
me.
I'm gonna smash her.
Naomi Watts.
Naomi.
No,
yeah.
not smash. Yeah, I'm gonna smash Naomi Watts for sure.
You're gonna
Yes.
slash Vera Farmiga.
I am.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
choice.
you.
Okay.
Good choice.
Thanks.
All right. So now, Ian, your turn. You get Micah Monroe from It Follows
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and Tony Collette from Hereditary. Micah Monroe from It Follows or Tony Collette from
Goddamn. She was great in
Said Hereditary?
Hereditary. This fucking face on my face.
Honestly,
I'll
that's
go
a
with
tough one.
I'll go with whoever that is. And yeah.
That's Micah
whatever.
Monroe.
Yeah, whatever.
Also, you have Jake's brother.
Probably yeah, because she's not 45 years old.
I don't know. Tony Collette, hot.
Well,
That's a-
actually, one of the
She's
guys at
stoic.
one of the guys at my work keeps on talking about how he has a thing for Tony Collette, and I keep on
Absolutely.
telling him I don't get it. So
I mean, she's
She's
great.
the
in
stern
Hereditary,
face of a mother.
I mean,
but
she's
yeah, it's
Australian.
like
so
she has such she has mom vibes, which is
That's so
fine,
great.
but like
I can't
Uh,
picture her with an Australian accent.
so yeah, so who's this chick in It
I've
Follows?
never seen
Micah-
It Follows.
Micah
Micah?
Monroe. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's in
Micah
a lot.
Monroe.
She's in a lot of
Ugh.
horror movies. I mean, she's in
Alliterative
this.
name.
She's in. Fuck. I just blinked on it.
That's okay.
The Watcher. She's in a lot of a few other different horror movies.
Yeah,
She's
Sounds like this dude doesn't know shit about horror movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Next
Yeah,
week we'll
man.
be playing Trivian.
Yeah, I'll take the young blonde.
all right. Micah Monroe, and
Yeah.
you're killing Tony Collette.
Yeah.
All
fuck
right.
her.
So now we have
Smash
Ryan.
it.
Ryan,
Oh,
you
man.
get Lupita Nyong'o
Oh,
from Us without eyebrows, sans eyebrows,
What?
or what's her name?
you sh-
This Marilyn Burns from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
you should have
Yours.
done the other girl from whatever Mia. the one of the other-
Diadrio.
Dia.
Does it have to be sans
Alexander.
eyebrows?
Yeah. What's
It's
the other
gotta
girl that
be-
doesn't have
It's
eyebrows?
gotta be this. Oh shit! I didn't realize I could do them side by side. Look
It
at that.
looks good like that.
That's great.
Okay.
Zoom out.
I mean,
These are both horrible options.
It's
And
it's not my fault
That's not
that
a good
you ended
picture.
up being the person on the third round.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna fuck over whoever was gonna be third, but I didn't. I didn't decide this.
Ryan's got
I guess I'm gonna.
third largest dick.
Who's the one on the Who's the one on the left?
Marilyn Burns from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The third.
Marilyn Burns, I guess, because she's got fucking eyebrows.
All right.
Yeah, having eyebrows is
Like-
important.
That's a
Having
plus.
eyebrows is a pretty big thing for me. Like,
Sure. Sure.
I'm sorry if that's like eyebrowist or something, but like I just feel like it's a preference of mine for sure.
All right. Well, some people love it, some people hate it.
Like-
Jake, other Jake, your turn.
do it.
You get Ripley
I get all three.
from Alien and Nancy from
Oh,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
that's great.
Oh, Ripley and Nancy.
Those are much better options.
Two
I have
curly-headed
seen
fucks.
both those movies.
Curly-headed fox, Emily.
Barely.
They are.
I do like curly hair too.
All right. So, which one do you want to smash, and which one do you want to slash?
Wait, how old is this girl on the left?
I think she's a
She
teenager.
looks young.
Either
Yeah, she
way,
looks
I'm
12 years
taking
old.
Ripley, Sigourney Weaver,
Yeah.
and I'm
Is it
Great choice.
'cause-
smashing
is it because she's white?
the Nightmare on Elm Street broad.
It's because
No,
she's
it's
smart.
white.
It's more because it's in space.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
is the
I'd
girl
love
on
to
the
do
right
some
white?
Zero gravity bone and
Yes.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
sure?
right.
Sigourney
Yeah,
Weaver.
they both
Yeah.
look.
Okay,
That's
that's fine.
Sigourney Weaver, dude.
I don't know. I've never seen this.
You've never seen
movie.
Alien?
I've never seen Alien. She
Okay.
has like
What does she
really.
look? Wait, what do you think she is?
No, I don't know.
She kind of looks like
She
Oh,
looks like
I'm not
Nacho
gonna-
Libre a little bit, but like
she looks albino, like
Yeah,
mestizo.
like she could
She
be
looks like
mixed,
they
for sure.
both wrestlers in Nacho Libre had sex
Like
and then
that
gave birth
lighting.
to-
Yeah.
That lighting is so white.
Southern Californian.
All right, so you're gonna smash
Ripley.
Ripley,
Sigourney.
and you're
And I'm
gonna
gonna
kill,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
kill
gonna
Nancy.
slash Nancy from Nightmare.
Those are. I would have had a hard time with that.
That was a good
Alright.
one. That was a
Well,
really good
yeah,
one. I
that's
just
a great
I think
Are
I
you
have
gonna have a
thing
hard
for
time with this one?
space?
Actually, you
sex.
probably will have a
Wait,
hard time with this one.
It's my turn again.
Yeah, next time's yours.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, so you get Mia Goth from
Oh.
X Sans eyebrows,
That's
Yeah,
fine.
there's no
I don't need
eyebrows.
eyebrows.
why is it
What's
always
the
no
eyebrows?
fucking eyebrows?
or
Wait.
Nev Campbell specifically from Scream 2.
My God.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh
That's
my
a tough
God.
one.
I got
I'm
them.
gonna- I feel like I'll
I know,
upset
it's fine.
somebody on either side if I do either.
Absolutely. You're
This
in a
is
catch
easy.
22.
This is
Oh.
easy.
I'm gonna go with Nev Campbell though.
I
She's
would go
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
She's just
Yes.
stood the test of time.
Mm.
Would smash
Wild
anytime
things, dude.
after 18 in her life. Would smash.
Can I have her and Denise Richards?
Smash, smash, smash. Of course you can, dude, with a
Well,
bottle
no,
of
we'll
champagne.
see. Oh wow.
All right, Ian, your turn.
Hmm, hmm.
Round 2.
Okay.
You get Sherry Moon Zombie from House of Thousand Corpses,
Yes.
or-
that-
Boom.
Anya Taylor Joy from The Last Night in Soho.
Oh my god.
What good choices!
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Jesus. Okay,
I
so
know.
is
Why'd you
who
give
is
Anna
that's
Taylor Joy would do
that's-
that labia escaping.
that's not
bullshit.
Rob Zombie's wife, is it?
That is
Is-
Rob Zombie's wife.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You
Let
can
me
take
look.
Rob Zombie's
Let me-
wife from him.
One second.
That is honestly just a good accolade. Just feel like I fucked Rob Zombie's wife.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
fuck
I,
yeah.
that's
So
what I'm,
that
that's what I'm saying, dude. Because I knew she was in his movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's
This
great,
is
too.
tough, man.
Especially Last Night in Soho, Anya Taylor Joy.
Yeah.
Like, she's definitely of age and she's not too skinny yet, Because
Yeah,
now
so-
I feel like she's a little too gaunt. But
Yeah. So both these women are of age. They're both blonde.
Sticks with bones.
Camp Sex with
Well, I
Bones.
mean, she's blonde and redhead in Last Night in Soho.
Not read it in Last Night in Soho.
They start.
you
to-
know-
she dyes her hair when she
9.
meets the blonde girl.
Do you
in her
know-
dreams.
The Thomason does.
7.
She doesn't. She's always blonde in the movie.
6.
Do we know what else this girl on the right is?
5.
What's her Anna?
She's just
Anna.
Anya
She's
Taylor
in
Joy.
something
She's
Yeah,
in the
she's-
Queen's Gambit. She's in
Mm.
Split.
Yeah.
She's in.
The menu.
One, you gotta make a choice. You gotta make a choice. Now, ding, ding, ding,
on the
ding,
right, on the
ding,
right.
One, fuck one.
Oh, right.
ding.
Okay, Anya Taylor Joy.
On the right. Yes.
All right. And
I think Ian
Okay.
got raped.
Goddamn. Fuck.
all right, Ryan, your turn. You
She's
get
She's so cute.
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall from Doctor Sleep.
You get Shelley
And this
Duvall
fucking child?
and Linda Blair from The Exorcist 2. She is 18 in this film. Not.
Oh, Shelley Duvall. Very
Yeah.
clearly Shelley Duvall.
Hey man, Linda Blair gets
don't know.
attractive. She's a little bit of a child in
She's
this one.
literally 15 in that movie, so no.
She is
Gotta pick
18.
that.
I looked it up.
You made the wrong
I-
choice.
No, dude. Okay.
Have
do
you
know
seen? Have
how
you
much-
seen? Have you seen Shelley Duvall recently?
Now?
I have not seen her, but I feel
You're-
like I'm taking them as is.
Yeah,
in the-
from
in the
these
movie.
films, yeah.
Somebody's
Yes.
yeah.
So like that's like the like.
I mean,
Hi,
even
I'm Shelley Duvall.
even still,
That's that era.
what the fuck?
Dude, that girl looked so fucking.
Dude,
young.
I think Linda Blair got so
Well, she's-
attractive.
she's
like I had
18
no
though.
clue. Yeah, I had no clue until
18
like
still feels like a child to me.
She-
I'm
Yeah,
30.
she-
yeah,
dated.
that's
You've
true,
seen
that's
them
true.
act younger. It's weird sometimes, but
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
You can smash.
Well,
it.
see, that was
Her-
the thing is
her
like
hair
my
is so frizzy looking.
yeah, my thing was like that my entire life I had only seen her in The Exorcist, and it wasn't until like 2 years ago that we watched the sequel, and I was like, holy shit, she actually gets attractive. I never would have thought. Like,
I am
'cause
30
It's some
years
bossed
old.
up emotions.
I cannot fathom doing anything sexual with an 18-year-old. Like it is like
Yeah.
it's a child. It's a
Yeah.
fucking child.
Don't
Yeah.
look into this
So-
guy.
Yeah, I'm good, guys. I'm good, FBI.
I have
Everything's fine. here.
never thought about harming a child in my life.
I'm fucking Shelley Duvall every time.
All right,
Yeah, it's Shelley.
all right. Other Jake, your turn.
Let's do it.
You get Ali Larder from Final Destination,
Absolutely.
That's the
or-
girl from Heroes.
Mila Jovovich, yes, Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil.
I feel like this one sucks.
Can we
I'm
get a
kidding.
zoom up on her
It's
face?
good.
Why don't you take Shelley Duvall and that child? How about that?
I'll take the child. I'm not above it. Look into me, Fred.
I do like a girl in red. So
Absolutely.
the right.
I
She has a gun too.
yeah.
Also, everybody get a gun. Get your
Yeah,
license.
everybody
You know what? I think I'm gonna go the untrodden path here and go with Final Destination chick.
Good
She was
Even though
great
she's-
in Final
She
Destination.
seems like as annoying as like a Kristen Stewart, but I'm willing to just go down that.
I don't like her bangs.
I
though.
like adventure.
She has
No.
what?
So
like bangs.
I don't like her
I
bangs.
don't mind bangs.
I don't like straight bangs.
no, but they're like late 2000s, like 2005 bangs, and I'm like, you know what?
That's fine. Whatever.
Do it. I can
I
hang
can
it.
remember.
I can hang
I
in
can
this
remember
time here.
back when I was happy.
Yeah, and like I
2005?
feel like I'd have to be. I feel like it'd have to be like too edgy with like Mila Jovovich or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'd have to be like in like Underworld or like Resident Evil, like a movie, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna fucking.
Well, she ended up
It's-
marrying the director of all of the Resident Evil movies.
yeah.
She also she looks
Absolutely.
like she would smoke. She looks like she would smoke during sex.
Oh, she definitely smokes during sex.
Which whatever.
During
but
During
do
or
that.
after?
like I
Out
feel
of her
like
labia.
this like the smoking would have to be a part of an overall lifestyle choice that I really don't want to be a part of. I'll take the fear induced
shit.
like Final Destination sex of like, oh, I'm just happy to be alive and like be like, we'll
I
take
think
whatever.
to include in
whatever
the
sex
picture
thing is.
that she's holding 2 guns, not just 1 gun.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
that's true.
That's what I'm
again,
saying, dude. Just-
again, I'm not
That second gun was a cigarette. They just photoshopped it to be another gun.
sure.
Yes.
Either way,
Big old
I'm not living
stogie.
up to that sexual standard of being like,
The
oh, I held 2
CDC
guns.
was like,
I held 2 guns today. I am not like you're not living up to like that adrenaline cap. I mean, maybe she feels like cuddles, but I doubt it after holding 2 like high caliber weapons. So
All right,
I know my limit.
I've got more for a round 3. Do you guys want to do a round 3 or do you want
Let's
to just
do it.
Okay.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Let's
All right.
fucking do it.
Back
as they're of
to
age.
Emily.
yes. Biggest tweener.
Buy a gun. All right, you get Adrian Pedretti
Yeah.
from Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, Yeah.
I get the best ones.
That's such a
Or-
good like. Good,
yes.
Sarah Paulson from
I-
American Horror Story.
Oh my
I
gosh.
love Haunting of Hill House. That's such a good show.
I more just want
I
to see
love-
these 2 scissors.
I love Haunting of Hill House, but I have to say Sarah Paulson because
Mm.
I would love to sleep with her.
Well, she's a lesbian, so I mean, like,
Okay, that
she's
makes
definitely
sense.
the better lay for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right.
Oh,
Do it
God.
so quickly.
I'd cuddle into her arms, Sarah Paulson.
All right.
Like I'd be
Ian,
like, oh baby.
It's giving mommy.
Oh, absolutely.
Mommy,
Big mommy.
milf,
Big mommy vibe.
milf vibes.
All right. Ian, you get Jamie Lee Curtis from Halloween H2O. And
Halloween.
specifically Halloween H2O.
Specifically with that
Helene,
haircut.
Helene.
Yeah, it's got to be that cut.
God
And
damn it.
you get
Please be
Courtney
Samara
Cox.
Weaving.
Oh shit! Why is it
Whoa,
giving
whoa,
me-
whoa.
Bitch.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the girl with the guns.
No, you can't. You can't.
Uh,
No.
You're going with a friend.
Courtney Cox from Scream 2.
I don't like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Either of these.
No,
I
me
don't
neither.
like
You got a
that.
bad one.
It
I don't like Jamie.
this is bad. Also,
I love Courtney Cox. This is so
Courtney,
easy.
yeah, like Courtney, yeah, oh, absolutely, like
I
it's
think
definitely
I'm
Courtney
leaning
Cox.
towards Jamie Lee.
Yeah, no, I like Courtney Cox. She has good eyes.
Mhm.
I like the bob do. I don't like the like. I have longer hair than both these people.
That's true.
So,
It's the early
Sure.
2000s, man.
Absolutely.
yeah, Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
Final answer.
She had
Yeah.
some nice hangers
Good
in
choice.
Longest Yard. I remember that.
I'm
when I was a kid.
taking Jamie Lee in Activia commercials,
And
and I'm riding that straight to the bank.
Yeah, Courtney
Well,
Cox.
All right. So Ryan, you get Drew Barrymore,
God damn it.
Oh,
Specifically,
Felisa Rose.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why did you make the 3-slot chin every time?
what? Is that a poodle?
It's Felisa Rose
From
She-
what?
from Sleepaway Camp.
You haven't even. Have we seen this?
Mm-mm.
It's fucking Drew Barrymore, but like, god damn it.
But Scream
I'm not
One.
happy about any of these.
Scream
Alright.
One.
you
Kid-
guys
is-
didn't
is
see
there-
E.T. She doesn't get the
This-
same
that
Can
money.
we add a
That has to be a scene from like Scream One where she's like just cooking popcorn
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
it
she's
is.
on
when
the
she
phone.
dies.
She's on the
Yeah.
That's
phone.
when she fucking
Yeah,
gets killed.
she's
Yeah.
Scream Queen of Scream number one.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like,
Yeah, but she like
can we
funded
add a
it.
She's also a
can
child
we add a
actor.
third option to like smash slash or your dick came and fucking it up?
Or- okay.
Smash
Or
Slash
Jesus
or
Christ.
Shelley Duvall. Smash Slash or Shelley. That's the game.
Fucking
Master
Christ.
Zoloft.
Smash Slash Shelley
Drew
Duvall.
Barrymore is very
Uh-huh.
charming though.
She is great.
She's very
I'll
charming.
take Drew Barrymore.
Well, see,
Yeah, that's-
and if
that's
you
a good
if you
choice.
guys knew anything about Sleepaway
Okay.
Camp, there's a even funnier reason why like I put Felisa Rose in there because
I mean, is she thick?
she's
Does
got
she
a
have, like,
dick at
big
the end of
ass?
the movie.
She has a.
No,
Does she have a dick?
She's-
it's
she's-
it's supposed to be a girl, and then you find out that movie that it was actually a boy.
oh
and
my god.
so there's a scene where she's
Oh.
like that's why I've never seen the movie because it got spoiled for me. But there's like a scene where she's holding a knife and she's naked. You can just see a dick between her legs.
Nice.
And so yeah, that's why I did Felisa Rose because I was like, I wanted to at least give somebody an opportunity to pick somebody with a chick with a dick.
I'm surprised
Did-
that
Oh
like
my
this is
fucking
all
God.
women.
Jake, here are your women. You get Gina Davis from The Fly,
Yeah.
She's
that's
and
is she
Emma Thompson.
is Gina Davis
from-
also in it was a like baseball movie or something like that?
League of
Is,
Their Own. Yes.
Yeah, League of Their
Oh,
Own. Yeah,
yeah.
she's very cute.
I'm gonna take
Mhm.
Emma Roberts.
She's
Emma
I think
Roberts.
That's what you meant to
She's
say.
one-
I said Thompson. I'm a dingus.
I'm gonna
She's
take
like-
Emma
She's like
Roberts.
60.
Yeah.
They have
This would-
similar first names. And
Yeah, this
She's
is a
young
this
and
is-
attractive, and I haven't seen the other enough.
all right. So
uncluttered.
Emma Roberts
Nice.
is getting smashed.
Good choice.
Gina Davis getting
I
slapped.
don't.
I like.
Although I will say Emma Roberts, like usually when I see her in something, I prepare to be like roundly disappointed.
She makes bad choices. Bad choices,
So-
but I do like her.
So I will say she's super attractive and like I like her overall, but like usually as a character I'm like, oh,
Pick
God.
her.
She
Are you-
reminds me. I feel like Emma Roberts is like, if you had to think of like, who's one actress that looks like a girl that you would know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking Emma Roberts.
Yeah, I saw her at the mall. And
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
girl next door look.
yeah,
Yes.
for sure. But
She looks like I'm like I feel like I know her.
she's like a really I don't know. I don't want to diss the actress, but I don't know. I just don't click with her characters usually, and I'm not like, oh, sick,
Okay.
cool.
All right. Well, that
Alright.
was smash or slash. I guess
Smash
now
or
we got to
slash.
decide what movies or what movie we're gonna do next week. Like I mentioned before, we're going to make part of the Patreon perks uh, voting rights for nominating a movie on the wheel, and so our first Patreon, Allie, I like I said, I reached out to her, and she wants to nominate the movie Fresh
Oh hell yeah!
from
Fresh.
Fresh.
Great choice.
Yeah, it came out like maybe last year, maybe the year before.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu. It's a good movie.
It's about moldy
Okay.
produce.
It's about
Yeah.
moldy produce.
About E. coli.
All right, so yeah. So I'm gonna add that to the wheel. So Fresh goes to the wheel. Uh, so Ian, you had Ready or Not. What movie do you want to nominate for this week?
I am going to nominate the 2020 movie Invisible Man.
Nice. I love the
Ooh.
Invisible
I didn't
Man.
know that came out that late.
There was an original version of that from I don't remember when, but I don't know if there's if I don't think it was a remake necessarily,
There's-
but
With Kevin
was-
Bacon?
I don't
I
don't know.
it's not a. Yeah, I mean, the Invisible Man has been part of like Universal Monsters for
Yeah.
forever, and
Yeah.
it's
I'm sorry.
but like this was Lee Winnell,
Yeah.
though. Lee Winnell's the guy that wrote Insidious and stuff like that. This the 2020 is his version. It's less science fiction, more
Yeah.
just
Like this is a movie about like a boyfriend breaks up with a girlfriend and like he is invisible and like traumatizes her for the rest of her
Yeah.
life kind of thing.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Yep.
Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
all right.
So
So Ryan, you did Disturbia. Do you want to stick with
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually changing it to It Chapter 2 because I haven't seen it yet. And
But I haven't seen it.
oh
just one.
the second
Yeah, I was like, well, let's just if we do that, let's just do it
yeah
like
it
2
yeah.
weeks in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like you
fine.
can't
Treat it
do
like
one
That's
without
cool.
doing the other.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
make
Treat it
it
like Johnny.
a
oh well,
two-part.
then fuck it. Then I won't do that. Then I won't.
Do you mean the newest It, or do you mean
yes, like the newer.
oh
Yeah,
Okay,
I
guess we can't
yeah.
do-
the newest one? You can do
Yeah.
that.
Then fuck it.
Yeah, but it's two
I'll
parts.
go. I will bring it back to Nope.
Jake, you had Hellraiser. Do you
I'm
want to keep that?
I'm locking Hellraiser in.
All right, Hellraiser.
I'd like to see that movie.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
I am going to nominate. One sec. I'm gonna do Raw because I have not. I keep on
Ooh.
wanting to watch Raw, and it'll give us a
Okay.
reason to watch Raw.
Ooh,
Yeah.
baby, I like it raw.
Oh.
So I'm gonna do Raw.
That's a drop.
All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
on the wheel,
Route.
we have Exorcist, The Invisible Man, Nope, Hellraiser, Raw, and our Patreon for this week is Fresh. So
Spin.
let's spin
Fingers
this
crossed for Fresh. Let's go Fresh.
So
Go
fresh.
Fresh. Oh, and it's Fresh.
Holy shit!
So Patreon.
See what happens when you become a Patreon
Yeah,
subscriber?
Uh,
Get your movie immediately.
You make us watch what you want to watch.
you know,
Fresh.
and
We're gonna watch Fresh.
we're gonna watch it. We're gonna love it, and yeah. And
We'll be thinking about you Patreons the whole time.
We'll be
The whole
thinking about
time.
Allie and Fresh. Allie's
Fre-
getting fresh with Allie.
Oh,
We're all
fresh.
getting fresh with Allie. in
No,
this
no.
movie.
Sorry, Allie.
I mean myself, but I don't know.
So before we go, I'm gonna plug our shit here. We got our Twitter at Horrorphobia Pod. Our Patreon is patreon.com/horrorphobia. Instagram is Horrorphobia Podcast. And our Facebook is Horrorphobia. Horror Phobia, a spooky movie review podcast. So please follow us on those, especially if you want to get a hold of us about anything, especially with suggestions,
Yep.
with shit you would like to see, things you don't want to see anymore. Please let us know. We're trying to make this as entertaining as possible for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take your shirt off. Yeah.
Take your shirt off.
All of you.
Dump
the-
them out.
In
Hey,
the streets.
You.
Yell in the
Hey.
streets. Oh,
Show-
Everyone else in the room took their shirt off. You didn't take your shirt off. Why didn't you take your shirt off? Take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your shirt better be
Right.
off.
He just took his shirt
Right
off.
now.
Don't worry.
Okay,
Summer.
good.
Our
good, thank
shirts
you.
are off. Our
Thank
shirts have been off the whole time.
Yeah.
I
but
took
his
my
shirt-
pants off.
Ah,
Alright.
I took off. This is AI.
I'm gone.
I'm naked.
All right. So
Welcome,
we will
human.
see you next week with our review of Fresh.
Woo!
Fresh. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.